Welcome back. Alright, looking good, guys. We had a fun time there. Timeline Chapter 8. Let us move on here for some Diablo 3 hardcore roster action. And take a look at the good stuff there. Everything looking fine for that Timeline Chapter 8. Welcoming again to Monopolsky for our very first time here in the Roost. Our Dragon Mask creator herself made it. Very lovely with that. We also have Marshmallow Font, dedicated Dragon Knight. Looking good, Marsh. And Eliazu joining us for Sunless Sea discussion. Hope to see you some more throughout the evening. Likely to get to Sunless Sea here, as advertised on the title. We are getting to, yes, the Diablo 3 hardcore roster, Unterzee sailing, and some Arid Knights for the new map on Mordhau, since we enjoyed that for the highlight there last night. We'll get those headphones in. We'll just demonstrate some more voice mod for you guys. And then we will see about Diablo 3 hardcore roster. Looking good. On for Snail Saturday. Let's get to some fun adventures here, shall we? I think so. Alright, headphones in. Very first thing, no updates. That's good. Don't have to worry about any updates. Log into BattleNet there. Let's get that desktop audio good, well balanced here. And to demonstrate a few things, such as our newest command for the poem.
I can see what you see not. Vision milky, then eyes rot. When you turn, they will be gone, whispering the hidden song. Then you see what cannot be. Shadows move where light should be. Out of darkness, out of mind, cast down into the halls of the blind.
Alright, having logged into BattleNet here, post-restream does seem to have a little frame drop. But we will continue to let that calm down. Okay. Hopefully that'll be fine. Already looking pretty good. Believe so. Let's take a look here. Let that frame drop calm down just a little bit before we launch up and get that voice mod demonstration. That will be very exciting. I mean, it's always fun to try them out a bit. And just exciting time. Diablo, we're going to continue to find the good balance for characters, switching back and forth for a few characters here lately. But, see a good balance of all of that. So we shall see. Okay. Make sure we'll be good for the night. Alrighty. Calming down here, just a few percentage. Frame drop, you know, tricky sometimes. Okay. Alright, we'll be good here. Let's go ahead and get started. Continue the adventures. Big thank you to Monopolsky getting our chat. Welcome to hang out as long and as much as you'd like. Marshmallow. Amazing here. Streak on the Dragon's Juice. Lovely Dragon Knight. Marsh. Flying free with the Grey Elephant Fury. And Aaliyah. Zool. The Sunless Sea brief discussion. Let us begin some Diablo 3. Good times in general. See what we can do here tonight. It's gonna be fun. And I've been meaning to get to an official real voice mod test. Let's do 5 in a row. And then I'll be able to test here thereafter. Just how it sounds. So here is regular. Here's without background effects. Here is with Hear Myself. If you hear it twice, that's what I'm really wondering. Once or twice without it. I don't know. Let's continue a few of them for the fun of it, see just what we can do. Just how much it sounds like. We have a few fun ones in the mix there, that being Radio Demon, the previous. This one being T-Pain. T-Pain has his own voice mod. Who would have thought?
The Titan for Attack on Titan fans and Immortal God Battle of the Gods. In general, we do have the Titan voice. So this is hearing myself. This is without hearing myself. Can you tell us difference? Is there much difference? I'm not sure. This is voice number 3. We've got 2 more after this. Echoless one so far. I think we'll go for Lil Mod and Lost Soul next. Let's do Lil Mod and Lost Soul. This is the Titan. Hearing myself, not hearing myself.
How do you feel about Lil Mod? This one does have a good view. Let's take a look. Takes a while for this one to boot up. It is quite sophisticated, making it one of the more fun voices. Mr. Lil Mod in the house. This is Hearing Myself. That's with the voice too.
The deep pitch is also a fun setting.
We've got the badass fun background effects, pretty interesting here in the Dragon's Roost. We can turn it up, we can turn it down, all the way up, all the way down. We've got the chorus, which is also interesting. Then we got a trap star. This is Hearing Myself. This is turning off Hear Myself. Onto the trap star here with the good beat, the good rhythm, the good mixology of it. For a fun bit of fun sound, a fun bit of a professional demonstration. Been wanting to do this for a while. Looks like tonight's the night, my friends. Tonight, indeed, is the night for some good fun here. And the Dragon's Juice, one of the greatest places to be. We'll be showing that new mix video here very shortly. Look forward to that. We have one more on Lil Mod variation, that is Dark Trap. See how you like a bit of this one. Also an interesting tune, without the voice tune. Hearing Myself and Not Hearing Myself. If you like that, if you like to adjust that, if you like to experiment with it, this is a good one to try. Pretty fun, pretty cool. One more for now. We've got Hearing Myself Naturally and Not. Let's make our final one for now, and
here it is. This is the Lost Soul. Hearing myself, not hearing myself.
we can turn up the music creepiness, make it even more creepy. We can turn up the soul and the pitch. Let's experiment with that, shall we? Not hearing myself? Hearing myself. Music creepiness, up and down. Limbo, up and down. Soul, up and down. Pitch, high as it goes.
All the way to as low as it goes. Nice and low there. Pretty interesting. We've got the mix as well.
The mix going up higher and higher makes it more and more
intense and saturated combination. So, pretty interesting there. Hearing myself, no, and not. There you go for a few voice mod demonstrations. I believe that should do it. Hearing myself, for now. Good to go, guys. Welcome back to the Roost.
We are all looking fine here. We're all having a great time. We're on to some Diablo 3 hardcore roster for now, after one more showing of that recent video. Here in the Dragon's Roost for the fun time of these great things. A fun little mix there. Whoops. Give me a second. Give me a second to alt-tab. Alright. There's our lovely Crusader, the Armor of a Khan. It's going good. The Armor of a Khan. We've almost got it. We've almost got it. The complete set. My first set for the Crusader. One more time. Here at the Dragon's Roost, thank you Aaliyah X, thank you Monica, thank you Marge for bringing our chat to life so far today. Look forward to seeing more of you throughout the evening for a lovely, lovely adventure. We're back to hunt tomorrow, on to great things and better internet quality to come in the future. We shall certainly look forward to that. For now, we're on the mountain Wi-Fi, doing the best we can with what we have. It's still been our most successful month on stream. Thank you very much once again to Dab Sturgis and Shipleft. We'll be shouting you out at least one more for the rest of the month. But for now, guys, let's give them just a little more hype here. Dragon Lord Dab with a 10,000 cheer.
Welcome back to Dab Sturgis Dragon Lord. Great to see you. Let us all give a warm welcome to Dab Sturgis.
Very lovely brother that he is. A Dragon Lord of the Roost. Thank you, Dab, for your very generous contributions to the Dragon's Roost. Much love. You're awesome. Back to Core Keep whenever you want. We'll probably check out the new Sunken Tile one here soon. We'll see. Shipleft with the Barbie Girl song requests and the most ever gift subs, as well as this headphones and microphone you are hearing and being able to have good audio quality today. Thank you, Shipleft, for the dozen gift subs and these very generous gifts. You are a lovely champion, having met you in Hunt for random teammates. Who would have thought I'd met such an amazing, supportive guy as you and the Hunt random teams? Much appreciated to Shipleft.
Welcome back, Mr. Shipleft, Lord Shipleft.
Alright, start with Pandora today. See what he's got. He's a much weaker Crusader. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one to warm up with today. Let's get to Sir Pandora. On Torment 4 he was last at. Let me turn down to Torment 3 just to be sure. Alright, private game. Let's get on in. Oh, the Sunless Sea sound effects for Shipleft. He deserves it, though. He is our lovely brother, our lovely friend. Oh, get my to more soon.
Thank you, Shipleft.
Alrighty, here we go. Guardian saved my other Crusader's ass, so yeah, we'll keep that on. To some Paragon. Attack speed. This one is the one with hammers, I believe. This is the Way of Light, the something of light. Let me check it. This is Seeker of the Light. So we have 50% less damage for 8 seconds after landing with Falling Swords. That's why I had it higher Torments, because he takes less damage. It's a good tank character in general. Every use of Blast Hammer that hits an enemy reduces the cooldown of Falling Sword and Provoke by 1 second. He is currently the full Light build, I believe. No, Lightning. He's actually Lightning. Okay. Lightning damage with 10% increased damage while wielding a two-handed weapon. He does have that. He has Sanguine Vambraces for chance of being hit to deal Thorns damage. I don't have any rings for him to have a legendary yet. As soon as we do, we will be putting on this chip for yet more Thorns damage for Boyarski's chip there. So we look forward to that, to be sure. That's gotta be great. We're here to live scene after a good reading of Timeline Chapter 8. Thanks to our
lies with me.
chatter so far. Look forward to our chat coming back to life here shortly as well. And
I thank you.
yeah,
Goodbye. Help me. To me. To me.
we'll see what Mr. Pandora can do here. Lightning damage has chance to stun, that's why I'm doing lightning. So Bless Hammer and Falling Sword as well as Provoke right now. Judgment is just a little extra. This is very similar to the Diablo Immortal type of guy. Smite is the primary attack that just smites them and makes them chain. Then you have the hammer, which I have at the rotating lightning hammer at the moment, which does pretty well. If the game's ever too loud, especially for combat, I can turn it down. I like to have it a balance for dialogue and the combat and my mic, but I usually like the game to be a little louder than general. It is still at negative 16.9 decibels, so it's quite quiet compared to what it could be. So we'll see how it balances out. Anyway, we're looking pretty good for now. Got a few ancients on him already, which is nice. Health Skull Shield looking pretty good, along with the two-handed Scorn. Damage against elites. He doesn't have any rings yet for sockets, so we'll be looking for that chip soon. Got pull enemies for target and slow them. Increase moon speed for 4 seconds after fearing an enemy. I don't know how we would fear an enemy. So there's a few things here and there, but we're basically just getting the rest of the set for him. We need at least one more. Just actually, yeah, one more with the Ring of Royal Grandeur to have the 6 set. We actually have 4. We need 5 to have the 6 set. So just one more for Seeker of the Light, and we will have a complete Crusader set already on the hardcore roster. Let's take a look here at the Kanai Q powers. It's always good to take note of those because it just depends sometimes. Alright, so Hardcore D3, Unterzee Sailing, and Arid Nights looking great for the plan tonight. It's only 7 o'clock. Just open the windows. We're getting some cool air in the house. And everything is looking great. Alrighty then, friends. Let us return to the Diablo 3 Crusade for now, where a guy keeps switching characters. Maybe do a little of the Necromancer campaign too, just for variety, after we do a good few rifts for the existing ones. We have plenty of time tonight. We'll get to hunt tomorrow, and we'll see what else for the week. Some great foundational milestones here for all-time cheer and gift subs. We'll be going back to the all-time leaderboard, celebrate that the first few days of stream next month. I don't know how it's going to go compared to this month, but 2,000 hour celebration was great. We'll look forward to the 2,500 hour celebration eventually. And yeah, we're still about 20 dragon champions or so, thanks to Shiplev. So very lovely with that. Got a few new champions in the mix, and a few returning knights who are champions as well. I think we're all good for the broadcast here. It's just a little hard to tell when chat isn't active, so I'm making sure everything is fine and optimizing my end. Frame drop is back to 2%. That's great. Let's go ahead and get started then with a general riff to get used to his loadout again, since it's the first time playing him. Return to Diablo 3. Got some good runes so far. I think Torment 4 would be fine, but I wanted to take it back a notch just to be sure.
Are you ready?
Let's go ahead and get to some fun action here for Snail Sub Sunday. Have a lovely time of it. So we'll do standard for now. But yeah, Kanai power. Sorry, I was about to tell that. And Shadow Uta. You made it. Iron Skin also increase your block amount. We have Iron Skin. We have Pox Folds. Yeah, Pox Folds same as the other Crusader, and the stun effect for lightning and the other stuns. Kind of similar to the other Crusader for a lot. Shadow Uta. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
How have you been there, Mr. or Mrs. Shadow Uta? It has been a little while. I can tell you last time you were here, if you're curious, you had a good bit of chats that last time. It wasn't too long ago, it was only 10 days ago, so no curiosity to that. But yes, Shadow Uta, we were talking about things with Arid and other friends, and Chaos. Oh, the hunt raid from our mutual friend, Lady. That's right, that's right. Of course I remember you. It's only been 10 days. I mean, come on. Shadow Utah. Was I saying Utah? Sorry. Shadow Utah, like the state. Working on classwork. Hope it's going well. Been busy with school and working 2 jobs. Well, I can imagine, yes. I can certainly imagine that. Been working a bit myself off stream, trying to stream where we can. Even some work streams, but Shadow Utah, thank you for joining us yet again. We're getting some Crusade Diablo 3 hardcore action. If we die, we're dead, so wish me luck for that. And Yeah, I do appreciate whenever you can make the lurk and hang out with us here, celebrating our most successful month on stream here with 2,000 hours. Had a good time like Chapter 8 reading so far, some fun Wolfenstein last night. We're live for at least another 3 hours or so tonight with some Diablo, Sunless Sea Adventures, and Mordhau. We'll get some Mordhau for the finale tonight. Alright, let's see how it goes. We turned it down 1 tournament level, so nothing too high stakes. I'm coming back to these characters after years or months at a time, as well as my own clan that we made here, Targaryen Dynasty. So we're coming back after a very long time, getting used to the characters again, trying out their loadouts. It might be a little loud, just let me know any adjustments you like. We also have voice mod available to use, exclamation champion. You see a few different commands you can use already as a Dragon Knight. And yeah, let's get some good monsters and have a fun time, shall we? Shadow of Utah, the shadow over Mordor, and the shadow over the United States of America, Utah. It's great to see you, friend. Alright, I have to remember the combination of the hammer with the falling sword, with the hammers back and forth. Stuck with me for at least an hour. Oh, isn't that lovely to hear, Miss or Mr. Utah? Shadow. I don't know why I want to call you pronouns all of a sudden. Doesn't matter. Post a funny thing Instagram as well, you might appreciate here. If they go by he, you should call them he. And if they go by she, you should call them she. If they go by they, you should call them they. It's not like it's gonna turn you gay. Stuff like that. So, seeing how the audio balance is, Japanese word for song, Utah. I'm female, if that helps. I'll call you Miss, Mrs, whatever you want. It makes no real difference to me. Oh, great to see you, friend. It is lovely to have you. I won't call you anything derogative, don't worry. Oh, man. As tempting as it is, I'm just kidding. It's great to see you are fighting Veneras, the regurgitated. Where the hell did he get regurgitated from? Alright, we're not too fast on these hammer kills. We're getting the last set armor for him. We get a Ring of Royal Grandeur. We can put Ring of Royal Grandeur at any time, but we don't need to right now for the 4 sets, so we'll see. Hopefully the audio is decent balance for you. I'm trying to make the combat not too loud, but still loud enough you hear what's going on. There's also dialogue here and there. We have the poem from the game I used back from high school. If you're curious to hear that, Shadow, you could give a try. Exclamation Halls, H-A-L-L-S. Let's see if it works for you as a Dragon Knight. It might be champion only. Exclamation Champion, you will also get a few different things there. Hell, well, this is a rift basically in hell. Class while you are playing. Alright, good stuff. Yeah, we got a few new commands, we got a few voice mod. If you're asking my character class, this is Crusader. Wait, you didn't say class, you said hell. Yeah, this is hell. Basically, it's Zara the Mad's Land. Oh, we got a treasure goblin. Let's get that. Yes. Give me my treasure goblin. There he is. Gonna jump right on him. Get those hammers flowing strong. He's running away, though. Oh, no. How do you get the cooldown for the hammers again? Every use of Blessed Hammer reduces the cooldown, so you have to use them a lot. Get over here, you little thing. We always need the treasure goblins. That is just a must. So it's a nice balance listening to you in game and my class talking. Oh yeah, hope your class is going fine on Zoom or such. Absolutely there. I mean, we're gonna get this treasure goblin if it kills me. Hopefully not, though. Alright, come here, you sneak. I have no control effects except all the stuns, but they're kind of automatic stuns. I don't actually have any manual stuns. I have Judgment, which helps a little bit. Pass Judgment on all enemies. I don't remember why I put that initially. It's probably just the best thing for the build at the time. Come here, you little sneaky thing. Get all the hammers. There's a whirlwind of death. And then we chase him down over here to the side. We have Targaryen flag, dragon flag, because I like the aesthetic of that. And these enemies aren't threatening at the moment. The Templar didn't last, though. What the heck happened to him? Come here! No! No! Got him just in time. He was literally about to pop there. Alright, Templar doesn't have any really survivable things, so he's actually dead on entry here. That is not good for your follower. He's going to have a hard time. Get it and don't die. Well, we thankfully got him at the last second. I don't have enough damage output right now with 500,000. The hammers, it's kind of a weird loadout. But according to this, you know, you use Blessed Hammer. This may not be the best rune for Blessed Hammer, but I was using a lightning build at the moment, so I don't know. It doesn't really kill very well though, so. And Falling Sword is just, yeah, the other rune. So I turned it down to tournament level what I had played previously like 2 years ago. Or however long ago I played him. But compared to my other Crusader, he's not quite as powerful. These are more tanky characters, strength attribute anyway. But this amazing goddess Crusader here, she has the armor of a can. She's much more efficient for her fighting style. I was just trying him out and move them all to hardcore because I wanted to. The Necros are good. She's still in campaign. I'm doing one more campaign with her. Witch Doctor is my first hardcore character in Diablo 3. Then I had more Demon Hunters, which are my strongest, probably. But I haven't put one in hardcore yet. I have one hero slot right now. We may play that later. And yeah, if you ever want to see those commands, Utah, they are at your disposal. If you need any help or questions, I am glad to assist you. Just glad to encourage people to use those a little more now that they're in the mix of things. It's a fun time. With commands and unique cheers we have now, as well as voice mod activation. And About Me, I'm trying to get that a widget on the video player perhaps eventually as an overlay. Marsh was telling me earlier we could have it as an overlay, but for now it's pretty good there in About Me section for a fun voiceover time of that. A glorious time to us. You want to use Falling Sword all the time, then you want to use more hammers, because then you get the cool bet. You see it just ticking down like that so quickly. That's basically what we want for that. To me. So this is a standard rift. We have no time limit, but I can tell it's not the most efficient set out there. It's not the most efficient loadout build so far. But only a few of them really are great killers. I guess I should play the Monk and Demon Hunter more if I like to do direct damage. Since I don't always play with a party and play at my own speed. You can play as any character for anything, but it's clear that some characters are really for much more damage than others. Alrighty, enjoy, good luck on the quiz, and thank you very much, Utah. Alrighty, we'll talk with you shortly here. We're gonna figure out how to optimize this loadout and get those good demons, my friend. Great to see you. Alright, here we go. Get the Judgment, get the Hammer, get the cooldown, Protection. It's pretty efficient, it's just not that dangerous, you know. I like to really slay the monsters when possible, so I don't know. There's always things you can do to optimize, spend that gold and such. I have 500 million gold. I should probably use some of that for some of these characters. But not as much as regular roster either. You can go to regular roster, just push the limits of the rifts. Get used to those loadouts again, but hardcore has always been more fun to me. It's just more intense, more high stakes. We want to go for the high stakes, good excitement to make it more entertaining for you guys. More fun for me, so if I'm having fun, you'll also be having fun, so. Alright, there was a little legendary ability pulling them in there for a good time of its iron skin, just for a little bit of extra tankage. Part the clouds there into the provoke. Does a pretty good job. I just feel like his damage needs to be substantially more to do higher levels. We'll try some Torment 4 or 5 perhaps for now, just for greater rifts and build up that gym, the legendary gym, which I still do not have a socket for, so should really be getting that from. Thorn's damage will be helpful for provoke in general since it is a taunt. You want them to attack you and take damage from attacking you. And as a tank strength character in general, whether you play with people or alone, it is that type of loadout, that type of character build that you do want to have extra amounts of armor and health and still have damage based on their skills. But I am hoping Diablo 4 will be more like Diablo 1. It's more straightforward, less magic, and less. That's why I like the other Crusader. She does have that melee ability with the punish. For this Hammer, it's all ranged abilities, even though he's more of a melee strength character. So that's just the way the game is designed. We have 2 ranged abilities on him, and then you mix it up with the other skills, but it's just not as interesting to me as being straight melee or straight ranged or magic. It's basically a hybrid of all 3, and it's not really as fun to me as Diablo 1 was, and Diablo 2 in its own way too. more hands-on direct battle. While Diablo 3 is still really smooth and nicely made, it's definitely better than Diablo Immortal in that sense. But still, just the way they made the abilities, certain runes in ways that could have been a little more pure in the design, in the way you actually attack things and fight things. But for what it is, it's worth it. Jump on in there, go for the big one if you can. The Arcane Sentry is a killer. I don't have a legendary potion yet. You can really use on hardcore the legendary potion that teleports you, so you do get away from these things that get you stuck, such as the walls and all. But Falling Sword, we have enough movability. It's not that high of Torment that I'm not worried about them zapping me to death and proccing our vulnerability and class ability. The Templar died earlier to something. He's doing better now. I think it was just maybe that specific boss's magic or something. Not too sure. But looking pretty good here overall. Just keep up those two abilities. Clear them out. I've never been much of a purist for one class, one character, one main. I always like to try a good variety of different play styles and see what really is the most exciting to me, so that's why we've been switching between all these characters every time we've been launching it so far. We'll go back and forth though. Whatever works out. Alright, just a little bit here and there. Torment 3 is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's tougher than it was, but these are still pretty low levels compared all the way to Torment 16, where it gets like billions and billions of health upon billions. Multiplied all the last little Torment levels. I think my highest one is the Shadow's Mantle still. He has the most powerful set and pretty good gems. Let me see what gems I have on him again. I'm kind of curious. Hey Marsh, just about to have dinner and watch Obi-Wan. Oh, you watching the finale? Good stuff, Marsh. Welcome back. Thank you for continuing to bring the chat to life. We were welcoming a friend taking a quiz right now, Shadow Utah, from a previous raid as well. It's lovely to see you there, Mr. Marsh. Have a nice time with that this evening. Thank you for all you do for us. We'll be considering some good things behind the scenes and other great stuff soon to come. And it's going to be lovely overall, my friends. So enjoy. Great to have you. And do enjoy your evening. Do enjoy that Star Wars. We have a new Star Wars command for the Vimeos if you ever want to take a look at those. Not Star Wars, but Vimeo. There you go. New Vimeo command there, pretty fun. Playing some Diablo before we get to Sunless Sea and Mordhau for the rest of the night. We wish you the best, Marsh, and thank you very much for the chatting and your great support and encouragement. Lovely time in the Roost. Hope you enjoyed our custom video we uploaded today. I hope it made it to your Discord. I had a hard time, uploading videos on Discord, so hopefully it's on there. I'll double check later, but lovely to have you here, and do enjoy your Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. I was watching a funny parody is what if stormtroopers were accurate? That was a good video, and yeah, I'm gonna watch A New Hope again next. Enjoy some other good stuff. I've seen the prequels plenty of times. I've seen all the Star Wars movies by now. Boba Fett and Mandalorian as well, so I'm all caught up except for the animated stuff, which I dubbed and haven't even watched, so that's kind of funny. But yes, enjoy, Marsh, and great to see you, friend. Back to the lightning, little hammer spin circles. It does pretty well once they start hitting them. They don't really last that long. I thought I had a legendary that made 2 hammers for 1 or something. I'm not too sure if that's still in there. But overall, it's a pretty decent loadout, pretty decent set. Okay, Hellbringer. We don't need any of that small stuff. Don't sweat that small stuff. We'll get that legendary ring for him. He'll have the chip. He's pretty pessimistic for his chances. At least have a fair run of him in hardcore. But yeah, we do go back to the regular roster. I think we'll stick to the Demon Hunters and then decide if we want to do a Demon Hunter off season. Let's be able to community, see if we can get that in the mix. It's kind of weird. Solaria, hey, look who it is. nice. She played it here and there. My good friend. Played a little immortal here and there. Champion Solaria. We enjoyed the tower film. We did a lot of travel. Glad to hear it, Solaria. Nice shout to Dan Diablo. Alright, what else we got here? That blue? Oh, I killed him. I didn't even realize I killed the blue back there. That was weird. If Oki gets some wrath backs, you should really save that for when you need it. Literally gets you more wrath the more enemies you taunt. So that is good to balance it like that. Tier 16 graders. We'll get up pretty quick in season. Season is accelerated, but still, I don't care to keep rebirthing characters and keep doing the same thing. It was fun the last time I did it. Did the Barbarian regular roster. That would be her here, Mrs. Valeria. She did get the really good primal Volcathos Solemn Bow. But I'm just done with that life, you know. I don't need to keep making seasonal characters. So, we're coming back to it for a good bit of fun here. We're never going to season again. Maybe Diablo 4 will have a better system for it or something, but... For Diablo 3, that will be my last seasonal character. Kathos Waste, maybe we'll, we can't transfer her to hardcore. The Crusaders I transferred because they didn't play that much. I deleted them and transferred them over to hardcore. It's because they didn't really... I didn't play them that much, maybe like 20 hours or something. I think I got through some of the campaign with them, but got through the hardcore campaign with her. It's a weird style of that, but you can't like directly transfer a character from the regular roster to the hardcore roster. It's basically just remaking them and just selling and salvaging all the gear they did have for the regular roster. So generally speaking, you're going to get invested in a character or a set. You do want it to be on that roster, so having one slot open and already one of each Necromancer, I think I might make my 4th Demon Hunter just because it's my favorite. And yeah, one of each other class is good enough. We do have one of each for everything, so if not 2 of each for most. So it's a good amount of balance there, but it's interesting. Alright, we have the Rift Guardian. Get these good hammers up and around. I'm sorry to my Warband people, I made that Warband Diablo immortal, but I think they'll eventually catch on when I'm not coming back and get a new one. It's whatever. Got that Daenerys one in there, that was nice. Yeah, it wouldn't let me launch it anymore, so we figured that was a good time to say farewell for now. The other Crusader, at least. Pretty good with that. Alright, then. Templar's doing better now, that's for sure. It's hilarious the display capture zooms in like that. Same on The Witcher 3. It really zooms in there. That's a little bit ridiculous. That is kind of funny. Anyway. saddle. They got some funny terms in here. The audio seems to be decent balance, so I'll keep it as is. Lovely time of it though. Yes, Torment 3 is still pretty hard to kill them, current loadout. Without the chip thorns in. I think thorns works whether they're magic, ranged, or melee, so look forward to improving upon that. Currently he has Sunni 600, so we're improving that quite a bit by the chip there. This just being a standard rip to get the feel for him. I don't know if I want to do a greater rip for this guy, just to get his chip up. Basically the only thing I have to level up. It wouldn't really be much to level up, so it's probably not worth it this one. At the same time, I need to get his 5th set so we can actually have a more powerful set. Then 15,000 damage will be totally fine. 15,000 damage on hammers will kill up to at least Torment 10. So that'll be much better. Basically make him 5 times better just by having that 4th set level, so we'll be looking forward to that for sure. Let's clear him out for now and yeah, head on back.
Need to go back.
That'll be just fine. Alrighty. We got that.
Ancients would be proud.
Little bit of resources, XP for our efforts. Probably nothing worth it there. I'm just gonna salvage anyway. Alrighty. Legendary Rift. And yeah, the fastest way to do it, of course, is with a full party, but I do like to take it at my own pace while we get used to some of these characters again.
You have my thanks.
So yeah, I think we're done with him for the night, because that is just pretty slow set. So back to Pandora later. I think he'll have a good life as a hardcore character generally, like a good long-term life, but at the moment he's not great for farming. Not great for the greater rifts, not great for hardly anything except being a good tank and maybe multiplayer lobbies. Alright, up next then. Could just alternate out through every character here and then maybe finish off her regular one. Or we could do her regular campaign after we even visit the standard roster with the Demon Hunters. So maybe we'll do that after some chicken and regular necromancer and demon hunter. So let's start with my first character, the witch doctor. Torment 3 for her. I'm sure we can turn that up by now. Let's go to Torment 5. Let's see how that goes. The chicken is really powerful, and she does have Bane of the Powerful. Let me see what else she has. She might have more than that. She has her summons, which makes it generally easier to survive as well, along with the Enchantress. She has Bane of the Powerful, empty socket. She put something in there. Even if it's just a stone. We could just share that for now and then give it back later. I think I was working on this one for her. Oh, that might be for the Necromancer. But she does have an empty ring, so you and your non-fetish pets deal increased damage to your enemies affected by either Haunt or Locust Swarm. We don't have that at the moment, so we can't really... With the Mystic, I don't think you can switch off many traits like that. Let me make sure. Yeah, to enchant that, switch off. Yeah, it's only the stats. It's not the legendary power or anything, so... Yeah, she got the Hellfire Ring, Wall of Death, and increased damage. Wall of Death, which is, yeah, the extra Ring of Poison, along with the elemental damage. We have that from other abilities. You don't need to see that every time, though. Okay. So, I'm thinking, yeah, we might as well fill up that socket since we turned up the torment level for her. And the question is, do I want to borrow one from another character that's going to be using it? Or do I just want to start fresh with something like this? Increase damage of your pets, or something basic like that. Can't do 2 Bane of the Powerfuls, that would not make sense. Yeah, so it makes sense to do the higher level ones for now. We have Bane of the Stricken and the Thorns chip, so each attack you make against enemies increases the damage it takes from your attacks by a few percent. So we'll keep leveling that up anyway. Why not use it in the meantime and then just take it out? I mean, it's that easy. Does seem to be the best one I have for now. There's these other ones that do a little effects, but since they're low level, they'll be less powerful. So why don't we go ahead and put that on? Yep, seems to be the best option for now. Use those machines and such later.
I cannot do that here.
Alright, so Bane of the Stricken does seem like the best option for her. Just I noticed I have the empty ring. It really doesn't help any reason not to use it unless you don't want to risk dying with it, but we're not risking dying for the most part now anyway. Got the Spirit Vessel, we've got the Enchantress, we've got Bane of the Stricken with Bane of the Powerful. It's a good start for our lower hardcore Paragon roster. Start off with a bounty, I guess. I don't really feel like doing only. Yeah, we won't do a. We won't do a freaking. Oh man. We won't do a boss here just to be safe. I'll do the Plague Tunnels. Why not? I'm just trying to find one that works generally. All right, so she has the Gargantuan Zombie Dogs Hex Chicken with the 2-set there. And if we can get the waist belt here, she'll have more vitality. That'd be kind of nice. Yeah, her main only thing here is just that 2-set, the weapon and the mojo. So that's the most of a Witch Doctor set I've got so far for the most part. Let's see the warehouse.
Attacks are getting worse. They'll reach the survivors soon. Civilians are behind this door. I'm not opening it until the Reapers are all dead.
A little chicken. Chicken with the little banner, that's funny.
Can't last much longer.
We must guide them to the survivors on blade. Quickly.
That's a quick little bit of loot from that one. Yeah, nothing really imposing there. I like that you can do the banner while in chicken form. Makes the little animation too. Alright, well, for our amazing poisonous chicken, Witch Doctor. Let's see, let's see. There's some baddies.
Needs more time.
Get some poison bats on him. Really, the chicken is the best ability though. Yeah, plague bats. Disease bats fly toward the enemy and infect them. That's funny. It does a little bit, but it's really not compared to the chicken. It's hard to like build something based on the skills you want to use if it's just the set overpowers in like ridiculous amounts. House of Screams. Check real quick.
Your death comes.
Brave Lore, well, he didn't last. Whoever he was. Yeah, I turned up 2 tournament levels from what I had played previously. Pretty good so.
Thank you enough. You saved our lives.
Yeah. These are just quick little side buildings on the way here in Act 5. That's
must
dangerous.
wait longer.
Okay, that actually winded me there, so... So this is a pretty good level to be playing on for now, if you can all... Oh wait, we actually proc there. Okay, it didn't just win me, it killed me. If we didn't have the protection. So now we wait. That's the smartest thing to do now. Holy smokes.
Thank you.
Yeah, now we gotta take it nice and slow. You get held again, the Enchantress, unlike the Templar, doesn't have anything that saves you. Oh wait, she does. She does have a... I think all the followers have fatal damage protection. Yeah, we definitely want that one then. Better than that one. You use that for hardcore, you use that for regular. It's that simple. Alright, good to notice that. When she's alive, she'll do it. If she's down, she won't do it, so you have to keep an eye on all those factors. Reflection doesn't hurt. Alright, proc is back. That was first time hitting that for her, so in a while. So that's to be safe. The plague tunnels, yeah, there's some ridiculous bounties in this area. Just to find where to go for the bounty. Just to warm up, basically. Oh well, I'll find it. Hey, another one. Hello there. Punisher there. Moving on, that was interesting. Little brush with death there. Chicken is really the only thing she does to really punish them. So this is the chicken loadout. Literal chicken. Good friend of the chickens.
Save yourself!
It's funny, it just takes so much longer to kill them without the chicken.
I told you to leave! Those monsters have stripped my humanity from me!
The doomed woman. We have the channeling to make the bats more powerful every time, but it still can't compare with the chicken. And Bane of the Stricken, every time you hit them, she takes more damage. Not that much, but it's something. You can notice it. Something.
The angels and their monsters are killing everyone. What will they do to me when they find out what I truly am? My mother and the demon attack she survived. It's all too horrible to contemplate.
Yep. Oh, there was a demon. Oh, boy. It's interesting little bits of lore here and there like that. I've seen it before, of course. Nice to see. Here and there. Little chicken action. Very funny. Alright, kill all enemies in the plague tunnel. Now we'll take them monster by monster. With the giant rats, for those of you who don't like rats, you're in the right place to kill them. Like the Skaven. Treasure Goblin.
I strike at your heart.
Come here. Nearly have him. One more. Got him.
I have been healed.
My good old treasure goblin's gotta love him. Lots of those.
Needs more time.
These are minions, so yeah, it'll take a little more. Getting that kill streak up and see if we can keep it up at all. Nah, it's too far away.
The spirits aid me.
There's a lot of enemies. So we'll have to come back for some of them probably. 13 remaining. Okay, there's not even that many left. Just bunches of rats. Oh, that was it. Oh. Minions will also hunt down the rats, like the zombie dogs, the gargantuan. Okay, so that was my bounty. In place of the regular rift, it's a little quicker. We could do all bounties here, but bounties you generally do in a party. We could try a public party soon, but I'm not quite ready for it. So we want to do Greater Rift just for the Bane of the Stricken. We can keep it at Torment 5 or lower. We're at level 16. Actually, yeah, we do need to have it at the current level. We handle them well enough, so I'm not worried, but still, they are dangerous, so we gotta keep our wits about us, so...
I need help.
Let's give it a try, I guess. It's the same level, we should be okay. Just take it mob to mob, you know. Mob to mob. Alright, let's give it a go.
Are you ready?
We do have to resummon. I always forget that.
Need more time.
And if we don't make it, it's okay. You don't get to upgrade the gems, but you don't really lose much.
Over there, let us cleanse it from this land.
These guys have slow of some kind. I don't know what that was. It's dangerous, though. Alright, so my mass hysteria. Go to mass confusion. Let's see. Shield, yep. Nice and easy with the shield. They hide the mobs in here sometimes. They're like in one of those small rooms that I can't really get to.
Need more time.
My natural course of action. Yeah, this is totally fine. We got this. We've got this unless they send me something really dangerous, really tricky magic on it.
Needs more time.
I'm not worried. We'll make it. Let's see. Oh, there it is.
Not ready.
Skeleton actually deals damage when he goes through them, so it's a little bit extra. Alrighty. Enough. Smooth abilities, the pool of reflection not affected, but anything like the shrines and the Nephilim glory from outside of the rift would be reset. All statuses are basically reset for the character, personal statuses. Alright, didn't see that there. It was just hidden in the monster body, so that could have been lethal if I had hit it by several of them. Alright, we're on from those charging beasts. I don't need none of those. Oh, here we go.
Need more time.
Make sure there's nothing dangerous on their bodies. Sometimes there
Needs
is.
more time.
Oh, they got frozen again, yeah. It's hard to see it because they're so big. They cover it with their bodies. It's funny. Deception of the charging beasts. See, they even hide the purple orbs. They're so huge. Alright, channeling skills. That'll work. Where to go, where to go? Yes. The mini-map is helpful. The regular map you use, the tab map you use sometimes. The mini-map is the main one. Alright, level 3. The ice porcupine.
The smell of wild Gazra is terrifying, and at least they are firmly in the world of flesh and blood creatures. The ice Gazra lack any scent at all, and this makes them seem not of this world.
Not of this world. Mordar. Inflict damage with the Arcane Sentry is the Mordi. Wow, look how it's trying to slow me down. That's dangerous. Alright, we got him. Moving on. The Greater Rift
I strike at your heart.
grind sometimes. Yeah, doing a lot of party ones, so I was able to get the Necromancer stuff up so quickly. So I was able to get most of those. Electrifying. The conduit? Oh, I didn't even notice I had the conduit. Nemesis bracers are also great. I have the Necromancer for. Mortar used to kill me back in starter editions. Keep the steer clear. Alrighty. Down we go for a bit of that. Nice time. These. Get a narrative as well. Looking just about set. Cannon. He has some heavy attacks. And the patience to stay in the chicken form. It might be better. You do summon little chickens from you. See those little chickens? Those do more damage than the bats, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they do percentage of weapon damage, which is basically the same thing the bats do. Alrighty. Everything we needed there so far. We have to keep doing higher and higher levels soon. But we got 90% chance for the one she's using, since we're just borrowing this one anyway. We might as well upgrade that. 80%, 70%. You have to keep going higher and higher. It gets hard. Now we're 60%, so failed and failed. Wow. It's basically 50-50, just a little more on my end.
I need to go back.
So we got a few here and there.
Excellent.
My spirit grows vast.
Boom, boom, boom. Alright then, pig sticker, remember that. And Blackthorn to create cross. Interesting with these other few things. Blackthorn is interesting. I've never really tried to use the whole set, but it is nice to have ground effect immunity. Molten and desecration, plague. Frozen doesn't matter, but those are just like the ground ones. Nobles lead their knights to victory and defense of the realm. Make sure I don't have any extra ones, because it doesn't hurt to stock up just in case we do get a full set for someone in hardcore roster. Can't tell if I have any. Other than the boots, I have ancient boots for it at the moment. Just put it here, I guess. And salvage that, keep this one. Damage taken is instead staggered and dealt to you over 3 seconds. It's still deadly, but it's easier to recover from. Put that in the middle there. Salvage the pig sticker. No need for that. Alright then. So at that point, since they're not quite high enough for the level up of gems, we can either go to a party, do higher, or we can keep trying to push it on our own. He's tricky though. We'll just keep switching for now. So now we have the Necromancer. We'll go to him, I guess. But we want to keep doing it higher and higher here to get the gems actually leveled up, or we can just do the lower gems, but that's not much point to that, you know. So let me see. We have 22, 35 on the Necromancer. Yeah, Necromancer is much higher. 35 for solo Grace of Inarius. That is the set, yeah. Crusader, no 6-piece set. It's weird how it categorizes these. But yeah, Grace of Inarius, the best one I have on hardcore at the moment, so we're going to him right now. Might as well.
Thanks.
Come back to her. Gradually, it's fun to keep switching around a bit, not play too long. Alt tab just to make sure everything is running okay. For the snails. Funny, gift Potato sent me. He's playing right now. Introduced him to the game, so fun time. Alright. We'll play it another time soon, this week perhaps. What is next? Sailing a bit on Sunless Sea, though. Alright, Grave Master for now. Back to her on the campaign soon. Act 2. Master. I'll go Torment 6 for him. Try to get used to his loadout some more. We shall try. There's quite a few things to learn here. Yeah, Pestilence Master later. Bone Armor Tornado, 1000 damage. Increasing the damage they take from the Necromancer. So Bone Spear and the Ice is pretty good, but got 2 of those now. It's good for when things melee you. Alright, so we can't just go straight to Greater for him probably, but I'll do at least one. Could fight Adria, yeah, why not? Why not fight Adria? Those guys. We got Army of the Dead, 20 seconds. Yeah, he's pretty powerful. I mean, the Necromancers, by default, have always been powerful, but I'm just getting into them much more recently, so a lot of catching up to do to top Necromancers now. Since I didn't have them for years, DLC came out.
I appreciate it.
Bring me aid!
Let us see. Kool-Aid. Bring some Kool-Aid. Adria always has a long path. I forget about that. Long path. Bone armor from those guys. Oh, I hit that button by accident. I meant to do 3, I hit 4. That's ultimate on this. There we go.
Must serve the cycle.
They're not too bad at all. Torment 6, this is my good standard one for Demon Hunter back in the days. It's a good one to get used to again. I like that ancient saber. Bone saber. So let's see. Funny noises on this. I got some you have health healing well effects. Check that. Poison Nova, also fun on him. Alright, let's get ourselves an Adria. Yes. Here for abilities. Okay. That'll be fine. She was quite the evil one back from Diablo 1 days, even though it's the interesting thing. I sense a soul in search of answers. Yes. Alrighty. Inventory should be good for a little while, but we might as well clear yellows. Okay, then. So, for him, no legendary except for Ice Blink. That's my one legendary on him. Apply chill and affect your chill and your chill effects now slow enemy movement. Enemies you chill have 10% increased chance to be critically hit. So that's pretty good in itself. Along with the bow and armor set and the other things I have for him here and there. Frostburn. Mad Monarch Scepter, Ancient Pestilence Gloves, Movement, Electricity in addition to that. So since that's already 50, I'm really just playing for him for fun and to help the other characters along. I could play him in a party right away. He's definitely my best hardcore character at the moment, so... Why don't we do one more solo, get that one up a little bit more. 23 up. We have the chip on her, which I was going to save for him, probably. I just put the chip on her. Can take it out later. Level 16, but that's still too low to level for him, so 23. We'll go to at least, yeah, Torment 6 for the Greater Rift. Level 23, Torment 6 will be 25. Oh, shit. Let's go to Torment 8, see if we can avoid getting ourselves killed. Rothma's Shield and Final Service. In addition to her, Fate's Lapse, yes. I do not need attack speed, thank you. I need survival from death is what I need. So if we go all the way up to Torment 8, that will definitely give me some upgrades on the level 23 gem. 23 gem there. Could do Torment 7, but if we really want to be sure, we should do Torment 8. And the ones between are still pretty high. But the Torment gaps, I guess, is when it's the most powerful. I'm confident with him. Yeah, we could do maybe a little party play after this. See how this goes. We can always fall back and run away, so... I do have movement ability, making that a possibility. Direct possibility. They're tough, but they're not too tough. We'll get them.
I must wait.
A lot of ranged enemies here at the beginning. It's unfortunate. It's hard to get stuck in things like that. When you click on enemies, you do get stuck on them pretty often, so it's just part of the way it goes. It's hard to move around them.
Can abide you no longer.
That should be the trick. They're wallers, so I might have had a time blood rushing out of there. But mob to mob, we take it steady. Should be okay. Level 2 already. Well, it might be better landscape than that. Those are some narrow bridges. We do not want to get encircled or trapped, and the ranged enemies are annoying, so... The melee do more damage, but the range, you know, will just hit you from all angles, so... It's a little hard to manage it, per se. Alright, take that diamond resistance potion.
Give it more time.
Don't fall quick enough, but... clear out these mobs, the regular mobs, because I'm afraid of getting overwhelmed, and having no retreat is not a good thing. Clear them out a little bit. Even though they don't get much rip progress, we still have plenty of time. Oh, that's a blue, yeah. Got him. I grab that real quick. Got it. Already. Do it. Yeah, summon. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Gaining confidence now. Move forward faster. And the conduit, of course, is gonna help. I mean, yeah. 5 seconds. There we go.
That needs to recharge.
Okay, time for that. It's a nasty corner. I don't want to get taken off guard. That Mizoon bastard.
Embraces you.
Okay. Little intense on hardcore, really. Yeah. Gets you worried sometimes, but we're doing okay. I'm playing with a party. My connection's gonna be less stable, so maybe we shouldn't do that right now. I'm just now getting back to these characters. Do I really want to lose them right away? Just from public parties being the way they are? I don't know. Maybe not. I could use a less experienced one, but in the Necromancer campaign, so we'll do a public one for the regular, of course. There's no risk in regular, it's just death. So. Armor. Apparently, have so much gold, it doesn't matter. Okay. Do these, watch the sentry up there. For a few of those here. Ice spear them up. Just there it is. That's the one, that's the other one. Good enough. Sentry here, I'm gonna get away from that. I'll use that anyway. Army of the Dead. Okay. Dodge those nasty sentries, those can really tear you apart. Definitely. Doing fine. We'll test broadcast after this round, be good. Okay. Lex Talionis. Fine. Okay. Let's see. Legionnaire. More Legionnaire. These guys are silly. I never like their design too much. I think their bow staff things are kind of silly. Got the Guardian. I'll just clear out regular mobs in the meantime. It's 96%, it's not going to take too much. Rip the bones out of the enemies from my armor. That's pretty badass. Oh, here we go.
The Rift Golem has arrived.
That'll do it. Yes. Very easy. For necromancers to kill the bosses. Not so much the champions and the mobs,
That
but
needs to recharge.
that's just general stuff, you know. Alright. That'll be plenty
I'm skilled at clarifying gems.
for our chip here. Yep, highest one. The other one's in the inventory of the Witch Doctor, so you can't upload it. You can't upgrade it. It has to be in the stash, or at least our inventory, I think. Yeah. Yeah, see, like this, I had 2 of them. But yeah, it can't be in their rings for them to be upgraded, so that's fine. I was doing that one anyway, and 100% chance, so pretty good there. 24 all the way up, 25 all the way up from 35, so yeah, 10 levels above is basically guaranteed. Now we're going less than 10 levels above, it is not guaranteed. So you do have to do 10 levels above if you want to have the best chance. Now we're down to 80 already, 27 to 35.
I am skilled at clarifying dreams.
Still a decent challenge, even though none of them got too close to killing me. It was still, you know, having to do everything right or else we're in trouble. Alrighty then.
I'm returning to town.
That will do the trick there.
Well fought,
If we want to really warm up sometime, we can just do bounties and rifts and then do higher and higher grade rifts. Got another Bane of the Stricken now. Because I just put my other one on her. I mean, they give you those when you don't have them available, but it's whatever. Don't have a socket for him at the moment, so it's fine. Got some blues, rare here. Let's identify. The Book of Cain. Like Cain always has his good reference there. And none of these. Oh, ancient pig sticker. Why would I? Well, it has a socket. That makes it pretty good. Socketed weapons are good. Maybe I'll hold on to that just because it's ancient. And I have plenty of room for whatever I want to hold. Alright, pig sticker will put you in the back for now. Sever, slain enemies rest in pieces. It's just a weird thing. I don't really know what that does. I'm like kind of curious though. Let me see what it does.
More time.
It's risky to change weapons. I wasn't worried about. Just dismembers no more. Guarantee that's not the best enemy type to try it on. I don't know. I feel like I've used that before. It's not a big deal. Alright, we got the Promise of Glory. Blind an enemy.
Very well.
I already have Indario's Visage right here, so we really don't. Oh, we actually don't. We have the other Poison Nova. That's right. It's basically the same thing, though. Just different effect for it. Make sure I have it. I already have it. Okay. Dagger. Already have that one.
Good news for you, Cormac.
Leoric Signet here. Might as well keep it because it's ancient.
You can stop being so miserable. Or at least return to your normal level of misery.
I'm not miserable.
Okay, so since it's ancient, hold on to that one. Sometimes with salvage anyway, it's worth twice the materials. So you can see that I'm not really using the tutorials in the first place. I guess you can just leave these on the floor if you really didn't want the legendary gems. Used to be able to leave stuff on the floor, Diablo 2 or stuff, it would stay around a while. If you leave stuff on the floor, Diablo 3, you're basically kissing it goodbye. Just the way it is. Alright, so he's looking pretty good. That was fun. Let's clear out for now. So now I'm faced with the option of, doing the Demon Hunters a little bit. Could just save that for next time. Move on to some Sunless Sea now as it's getting 8 o'clock on. I've been on Diablo a good hour here. Come back to it soon. I was going to do some Necromancer campaign as well. I guess we'll just start with that next time. And then do the Demon Hunters. We'll see. But pretty good for now. We will eventually get to these fun other characters, just bit by bit here. If anyone very interested in it, we could always do it, so we'll come back in a bit. So my first good set was him. Marauders 6, a lot of fun back in the day. Alright, let's check out some good stuff. Funny pirate potato there. Shall we move on then to Sunless Sea, guys? We still have lovely dragon avatars of Marsh and Shadow Utah with her quiz. Nice to see you guys. Seems like we're broadcasting fine. Just need our community champions to come and join. Chat, get some good dialogue going. But otherwise, looking fine here for our 2,200 hours, or wherever we're at right now. And we shall see. Chivalry 2 to come next month. Some other good times to be had. Desecration of Galencourt. Escape from Falmir. Tournament grounds. Seems pretty fun. Well, we shall see soon enough. Get some more now here a little later. I was thinking now's a good time for Sunless Sea since we did advertise it. I was just thinking about it. And we happened to chat with earlier chatter about it. So it was all good lining up for that. Thinking about it. Unterzee sailing then before our Arid nights. That'll do it for hardcore Diablo 3 for now. Let's try for the Sunless Sea. First time in a few days. Previously played on June 18th, so 8 days ago. It's Mask of the Rose. Already available. Dating simulator. Okay. No thanks. We'll see about it later. But anyway, I ain't just kind of silly. We'll see. But yeah, Sunless Sea looking good. Let's hop on over. See what else we can do as we come eventually to the end of that captain's life there. We shall see. Boom, boom, boom. The good quotes and all. Okay then, guys. But yeah, pretty fun time. Now, let us take a look. That Left 4 Dead and such before, fun mods, interesting times. Alrighty then. Would be good. Achievements coming along here and there. They're pretty hard. Continue button's so broken as far as I know. So it's good to remember where we left off. That will be Truffle 10, right? Wasn't that long ago. So Truffle 10 newest. I think it was Truffle 10. Let's have autosave. See if this is the right one. That's another reason I'm looking forward to go to merciless mode, ruthless mode. We won't have to keep track of save games at all. Just have the autosave when we keep playing from. And you basically cannot revert any decisions. Another reason it helps to have more experience of the game, and hopefully someone can tell me the best way of doing that eventually. I can't figure it out. How you can keep track of every single commodity in the game, every single object, every single curiosity, every single cargo, you know, everything. There's a whole lot of interaction between different stuff. So yeah, brass embassy. Pretty sure this is where we left off. Yeah, we're gonna repair the hold. All right, Leah, if you have any advice for that, please let me know, because there's so many things to keep track of. I'm really trying to figure out, is really the only surefire way to keep track of your own guide? Just write down every single cargo, every single interaction there is in the game? Or does the wiki have a decent comprehension of that? Because when we go to Unterzee and have basically the entire map, the second layer here, complete second layer of the map, there'll be basically twice as much stuff. So what is the best way to keep track of every interaction, everything to do with every single thing? Candle and everything else like that. The wiki is incredibly dedicated. Okay, all the fans. I am in a let's see, Discord, but they just kind of give more general advice and such. And they have a few things here. Just forget it and all, then pretend like you did. Just forget it all and then pretend like you did. You mean for everything in the game? There's also a Fail Better Games Discord if you're not in it already. Nah, I don't really have room for any Discords. That I mean, I just clear them out occasionally, but I mean, I'm already in several official ones. I don't need to be in official one for every single game I play. That would be a little bit too much. So anyway, I'll show you what I have currently there, Elia. Got a few things here for the Mother of Dragons, Caligo class, Merchant Cruiser, and we did have the option for the Clattery Heart with the Fiancé Officer, but decided not to do that. Got a lot of secrets from Verchase, that's a good way. Have you met the Carnelian Exile yet? She is right here. So for her side quests, I started some things. You must have mastered the map, entered in the house of every power, and you'll need to bring a burning truth to match the burning name. What in the world could all that mean? I mean, there's a few things there that I have already, such as the burning Signias, and yeah, I was not trying to do the Song of the Z. That would be ridiculous. See all my port reports I have because the Admiralty's dissolved, hence why I have the unclear device here. That's not worth it though, I've already used it once, officially. Obscure from view for 5 seconds. Do not have the Invictus token as you see, because this is my first captain, having played it a few times, like 20 hours back in the day, now with 100 hours in the game. And having read a lot of the lore and such. I was gonna repair the ship, and then for my retirement so far, Elia, I could have done Avid Horizon, Empire of Hands with the balloon, retire to the Life of Luxury, which is the captain's ambition. But I didn't like that one, so I could have done those other two. I guess it's too late now that I didn't do it, but I might have a save game near it. I don't know. Got the Withern Optical, Damnation, Hell Thrasher, and the Compulsion. Yeah, that's the right one. Several of these shrines here, the cabinets and these other things like that. And yeah, a good amount of the officers, like I was telling you about, I've fulfilled some of them. 3 extra ones here in addition to who I'm using besides the mascots. The other woman burned up. The woman with the burning affliction, I could not save her. Visit to Khan's Shadow for him. I have a thingamabob for Sunless Sea, but I don't play anymore, so if you want it, I can hoist it off to you. You have a what now? And how would you do that? Huh. Is that something for DLC or such? Because I haven't heard of anyone actually transferring anything captain to captain. far as I know, there's no online multiplayer type of play. So what exactly would you mean by that, Aaliyah? And thanks for the consideration. Appreciate it, even if I don't know exactly what you mean. Poor reports on. You can buy a cross-promotional to give to a account. Ah. Sure, I mean, this was one of the very first games we ever streamed, so I feel like I always come back to it here and there, and when we do eventually get Submariner and Sunless Skies, we'll play them a fair amount. But yeah, there's Steam if you need any of that. Leader of my own group there. If that makes it easier. I mean, yeah, we played a good bit. We played 100 hours on stream. When we played a Baldur's Gate on this, we alternated them back and forth. Back on my original computer. When we couldn't run anything very heavy duty. Now it runs like a charm, of course, on the high graphics and smoothness. But so yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do now is repair the ship, and to do that without the Admiralty, crowds the Wolfstock docks. We already saved here. We need more crew. We might as well get them. All right, let's carouse the docks. You are unlucky. Well, that's worth a reload in itself. Oh yeah, you put it in dry dock, then you can repair it for these different options. We'll check that in a moment here. Can't repair the mice with the, if you have the cat. That's always funny. Quick reload. Only real benefit to being on merciful mode. Alright, so let's go straight to the dry dock. We're about half whole here. We could definitely use some. We still have some favors here, so we could do that, but it seems better to hold on to those. This one you do for 75 echo. Since we really have so much echo, I think it really matters. But I do like the rats, just that they take supplies. It's also a matter of luck. So they take supplies instead of echo. This one takes favors as well. This one gives you fuel. Okay, fuel. Fuel or favors, save some money. In my experience, this is the best one to try. Let's try it. I mean, the other ones are good too, but yeah, that one, okay. That one didn't work that time. It's a matter of luck, even though it was in my favor. Did not work there. That's why we're taking our time with the manual saves, though. For these type of things. So that one you do save the most money on, since the money's not really an object for me right now anyway. We can save us time just for doing that, but since it's so easy anyway. And we haven't done anything else yet in port. Why don't we just keep trying to do that one? I don't know. Okay. Ratus Faba Engineers, 70%. It really shouldn't be that hard. Fortunate 50 tool. Okay, so that's why it's not worth it. They don't repair it fully. And it gives you terror. Never mind. That one's for smaller ships. Now I remember why I stopped doing that. It's not worth it. So we'll do the probably completely repair. We're literally half damaged here, so why not just repair it all the way? Before we hire on more crew, go to the Rose Market, recruit. We'll see what that is in a minute. Before we overwrite the save. So this one will repair somewhat, 75. This one will do it fully. This one costs favors. Yeah, it's not worth the 25 less echo. This point with 23,000 echo to not do it fully. That is the best option. Alright, and one step at a time, so we might as well overwrite Truffleton, the most recent saved game. Now we can do for something awaits you, or the visitor or recruit, whatever y'all see who this is. Gauge a sailor. This is just a cheaper sailor. Might as well save that for something else. That's if you're just struggling with money. You do that one. Alright, now we can do carousing. See if we have better luck this way. 80%, it should work. Alright, we've lost 5 tarot this time. 10 echoes for the sea shanties, good companionship, warmth of the pub fire. That's the best for that. You give recent news from that. Someone whose name you do not recall. You lose 2 terror for exercise the chill of the neath. When you wake, you're alone. We all know what that means, yeah. Alright, hire on more crew, 30 echo. We need 3 more crew. I think this is the best way to do it at this point. So, yeah. Oh, okay, great. Alright, so now we'll save once more. I'll probably do a new save next. Looking good there. Got it only after I already finished C. Okay, sorry I missed that part, Leah. Gotcha. That's cool. And which ambition or retirement did you do, Aaliyah? You only did your 1 main captain or so. I've done a few captains before this new save file, so even though it says the unbroken lineage or such is only 1 before him, I had probably at least a dozen or something in 20 hours of playing before we streamed it. Back when I first got the game back in the day and argued with some people it's interesting or not. Alright, so a good bit of that. Now we can see where we'd like to go to next. Now that we've saved, we maybe do a little more here. We could probably buy some supplies. We could go somewhere else for supplies, I guess. Human souls and sapphires and Sunlessly, yeah, we had a fun command for the game earlier as well, at least, so good time there. Could buy this, it just doesn't seem worth it. 6,000 for more mirrors. Got a few candles, Caminus shards, yeah, we got a few things, so it's pretty fun. Okay, then. Stuff Monday tomorrow, guys. Maybe end a bit early tonight, then. Probably about 10 o'clock, so we'll go another hour and a half. Finish off with some Mordhau. Fun activity, fun time. Thinking that'll be good. Good times overall. Snail. I said it was Saturday, didn't I? See, I keep mixing up the freaking days and such. The freaking dates, the freaking day of the week. It's not as bad as when it was like Monday and it was not, but alright, sorry. Snail Sunday. Sorry. Silly, silly. Alright, I updated it. Let's see, Brass Embassy, we can sell this here. Devils pay a little better than the merchants of Wolfstack Docks. On the other hand, you are literally selling other people's souls to devils. Fallen London Port Report, that's kind of weird. Shipment of red honey, that's freaking of red honey. I'm just kind of holding on to one for the curiosity of it. To learn a few things there. Stygian Ivory with the Parabola Linen Coffee I bought recently from Iron Republic. Sapphires, candles. Unsettling Sage is annoying. He's taking up my whole... He's a unremovable passenger. Always funny with that. The mirror catch box of dream snakes is the weird one for his storyline. That is pretty weird. I got rid of the Clayman Serpent Trap. Yeah, I got rid of them recently because I didn't want to keep lugging them around. The Forgotten Quarter, you get the Eyeless Skull. Can do that right away. Tainted with Irigo Radiation, which will damage your primary attributes. Don't purchase it unless you're sure you want it. I don't remember what that's for. Welcome back, Utah. How was the quiz? Then a test. Well, that's just rough. 80, test 92. Okay, so you did better on the test than the quiz. Brain hurts now yet? You get to decompress a bit with us. On the Unterzee, we're about to go sailing. We did the most recent hard save. We'll do some new ones. Let's go and sail for the interest and celebrate Utah's. Bringing the chat to life. Good to see you. Glad to hear it. It's okay. It's good to have you with us. What are you studying? What subjects? Tell us about it. Utah. Unless you'd rather not talk about it anymore for the evening. I understand that. Alright, enough of that. Let us carry on. Set sail on the sunless sea. Horn isn't working again. It only works in certain directions now, audio. Which is really weird. Ah, medical billing and coding. Wow. Sounds pretty complex, yes. Pretty intense. There's the horn. Alright. We have good terror for now, enough supplies. I have no idea what I'm gonna do now. The map is completely full. One of the officers wanted to go to Khan's Shadow, so let's take him there. The horn isn't working in certain directions, it's so strange. Intro for insurance encoding. Oh, okay. And that has been your long passion of your life for a while, or seemed like a good career for you for now? Interesting to hear about it. The horn is so weird. Yeah, it's just certain directions it doesn't go off though. Like you have to be facing down. If you do it here facing east, it doesn't work. Like I'm playing it now and it should go off, but it's not. You hear that? You hear it? You not hear that? It's so weird. That's only from the most recent time we've been playing, so maybe it's my headphones. I don't know. Anyway, worked in insurance for a while. Okay, gotcha. Come back for more schooling, huh? That's good. Something awaits you on Optimu Island is worth it. Let's. Oh yeah, it's always worth it. That's the fungal station, right? See those mushrooms? Hear the horn as a constant, really. So it's just my spatial sound of my headphones then. That's weird. I mean, since the last time I played and I turning on spatial sound on my computer, yeah, it has done that same thing. So let me check. Spatial sound settings. For some reason you have to do that twice. Yep, it's on. So maybe it has something to do with that, even though it didn't work before. Horn, horn, horn. Alright, well. I'll watch the VODs back, see if it's weird. Like, we'll do one more on the right, the eastward hoe, and see why it's not working for me. It's interesting. Alright, tea with the factors, never bad. Exploring is okay. You want to get supplies here, but it does take terror, so. Let's do another save. We'll eventually look at all the old saves, see if we need to keep any of those. Alright, let's try a little of this. 1 supply for 2 terror. It's a decent trade-off. Didn't work for you, but you heard. Okay, interesting. That is interesting. Unlucky. I'm gonna get 2 in a row, then I'm gonna stop. That'll work. Alright, fortunate. Oh my god. Alright. I'm gonna get 1 at a time. I'm gonna get a few supplies. I really don't need to be doing this, so it's kind of silly. Let's just get 1 then, that's fine. Okay, now it's not even giving me the initial one. See how hilarious that RNG is? That's great. Yeah, we'll check it out here in a minute there. Utah. Utah, sorry. Utah. Hee hee hee. Oh, that's an owl, isn't it? Oh, it's a cat, sorry. That's your cat from the Goblin Help Deck. Interesting. Well, I dropped him a follow in case. You're his friend. Okay. Let's get one supply from the mushroom. Got it. Now let's have 2 with the... Exploring, I forget what happens, so let me try that again. 2 with the factor is just general terror reduction. It's a nice one. I think he gives you extra supplies too. But I am curious about this one. Oh yeah, pirates. So now you can put Veil's Shrine on, which I don't have at the moment. Or you can do luck. If you kill them, you get 80 echo. The sparks have devoured many of the privateer's treasures. Yeah. So, 80 echo is a good general earning. You can keep doing this and forever, I guess. Which is nice. But at the moment, I have so many echoes, I'm not worried about it. Alright, one more save. That's from Lady That Lives Here. Must have changed the name. Really? It does say the Goblin Help Deck. Huh. Yeah, it is that lady's though. That's weird. I guess she did. Well, she did a lot of goblin stuff, didn't she? Yeah. That's cool. That's a good new name. Alright, Truffle 11. Save. I was already following them, wasn't I? Apparently not if I just follow them for the first time. That's weird. I've known her for over a year. Same thing happens to me, though. I mean, I raid someone and they didn't realize they're not following me until they raid me, like, months later. Helped her with the name change. I didn't think the name I thought it was, a stream name. Oh, well, that's good. Good stuff, Utah, you bad boy. Ah, it's happening. I mean, I've done several commissions, artists, too. You'll see some of these here, like they have the artist commission. They haven't even really subbed or anything back, even like commission an art from them and emote from them, stuff like that. So it's okay. Yeah, this one I gave the emote credit though. She hasn't been in chat, so I can't give her the artist role, which is actually a role. I guess you can just give that to any artist. So if you're a artist of some kind, Utah, I can give you the artist role and stream. You'd be our first artist role. See how that looks. It's just a little badge thing, didn't they? They know nice. Ah, it's alright, I mean. People will do their own thing on streaming. I actually was robbed by my last one. I was supposed to have a castle emote 3 or 4 months ago. They stole my money for starting it and never finished it all these months later, so you gotta be careful with that. For the funny thing of that is that they had already done 2 commissions for me, so it's the 3rd one they stole my money on. So I reported them on Twitter and tried to get the PayPal money back, but it didn't actually go through. Just good with words. Oh, you like some wordplay. Well, you like this game, then. This is a lot of interesting, like, unique words, fantasy words, made-up stuff, such as the poissonnier here, and lots of funny wording and dialogue of the characters, even though it's all text and all voiceover from me, but yeah, it's some good writing in the game, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so that'll do it for Demu Island. We're still going to Khan Shadow. We saved relatively recently. Let's move on. Very imaginative, good with ideas. Oh, I imagine so. So the horn, I hear it there. When I turn it eastward like this, and I press the horn button, it does come through on my desktop audio, but through my headphones, I hear absolutely nothing. So, one more time. I do see the audio spike in my audio, but for my actual headphones, nothing is coming through. How interesting is that? You're gonna con... No, Utah. I am not. Okay. Salt Lions, we have nothing else to do there, but it's on the way to Khan Shadow, so... Let's take a look at the Salt Lions, shall we, Utah? That's weird. I mean, yeah, I've had these headphones a few months now. I don't know why I would do that there. It doesn't have to do with the spatial sound setting I put on my computer. Enjoy the music, by the way. It's a great soundtrack. It's a pretty nice looking game. We have the Z-Bat, even though we have all islands discovered. We have Trufflefield, the captain here, with the Calico class merchant cruiser Mother of Dragons. This is Utah. for a fun time there. Who knows? Yeah, it's weird. It's not my computer settings. It must be just the headphones themselves, or it's some feature of the game when you're wearing headphones. Because I always used to play this with speakers. A lot of my initial games, actually the first 1,000 or so hours, 1,500 hours even, have all been with speakers, so. Whee! Yeah, it's pretty fun. Your dragon goes round and round. Yep, if you want to see that in the chill stone. That is our spin to win Targaryen sigil, also our champion sub badge for all champions. And you can see the different badges right here, the different colors. I did commission each of those to be made, so it's actually $10 or more for each of those sub badges. So we've got the full year's worth now. Next will be a year and a half worth. Got my current year-long sub badge, even though I'm a 16-month subscriber. How long I've streamed for? Almost a year and a half now. Lovely stuff, Utah. And yeah, it's a little emote splash. I only have that on the chill zone because we do have a lot of readings and such here. I haven't put the emote splash on the live scene yet, or if I'm ever going to, so enjoy a few of those emotes. You also have follower emotes, though, so enjoy Dragon Knights emotes. Lovely to see you, Utah. Alright, the Salt Lions after you can pick over the encampment. That'll give you 2 fuel, 2 supplies, and 5 terror. But it's worth it. Something awaits you is always worth it. We'll do another hard save on top of that for now. Truffle 11. Alright, we're going to Nuncio down in Khan's Shadow. Straightward east. Terror's fine for now. Plenty of supplies, plenty of fuel. Not want to mess with those. But yes, the Bear Clan Street Team for the Sea of Thieves partners. Here I am in another nautical-based game, at least. At least close enough to the pirate bears. Pirate-themed good times. And play some Blackwake. Friend Potato playing Blackwake tonight. Without me, but he's probably doing good. See, there it is again. I don't hear that. That is so funny. It's only when going east, though, so. You typically go east more often in the game because Fallen London's west, so maybe it has something to do with that. Alright, Skylar's End over here. Feed the crew. It was just my birthday in game in 1889 recently, Utah, so that was fun. Celebrated my birthday over a century before my actual birthday. Alright, Nuncio, we could go over that, go to Khan's Glory, but it's easier to go south. Something awaits you for Nuncio. This will be the post office with the rats. The rat post office space. It's a weird one. It's kind of confusing how to... You can also let it be taken over. I might have had the Tide King or something take it over. Do not return to sender. So I didn't let anyone take it over yet, I guess. Oh, that's Pigmode Isle. Never mind. Pigmode Isle is the one I'm thinking of for them taking it over. And I think I already let them did. That's over here. It's kind of similar island. But yeah, it's Pigmode Isle with the little guinea pigs and the hamsters. And the other things. But Nuncio is very weird. Trade war stories of shift work. Dead post. These are so hard to coordinate, some of these storylines. Oh, it did, huh? Well, welcome back, Utah. I guess that happens with any stream. Sometimes. Good to see you back. We were just talking about a couple islands, couple side quest places, and general stuff. Explore along the beach. Rescue a squishy parcel. 10 fragments. And little wonder, the string of rats within may once have been fresh and, to certain taste, delectable. It is now rather the worse for decay. Giving the parcel's contents a hasty burial is the best you can hope to do. Just before you dispose of it, though, note the recipient's name and address. A name of some power worth remembering. 10 fragments, that's not exactly substantial. Alright, we do have harbor provisioners here. different quality. There's really not much to do in Nuncio that I know of. That was it for the beach. Get some dead posts. You can get plenty of those. You can do shift work down here. You can't do this one. After you do the beach one. Feed the letters. So basically, you have to have something to wait to. Should have known, but I did the beach one just to see. Alright, no need to save for that one. Let's go to Khan's Heart or straight to Khan's Shadow. We might want to avoid the Copper Quarter. It's pretty weird Khanates in there. We'll see there. Mrs. Utah enjoying some sailing with us. If you've had enough of the horn, I'll give it a break. The Fin Nodal Vortex over there. Interesting. By cosplay, I do have a channel reward for it. You may notice down there, 200,000 Dragon Standards. It's my more expensive one. But yeah, so far I'm actually getting together my first real cosplay is a Red Lantern Knight cosplay. Utah, so far I have the Red Lantern ring, t-shirt, next will be some armor pieces, be somewhat like Atrocitus, but my own style of it. Be a Red Lantern Knight. I did see a Green Lantern Samurai at WonderCon last time when I also went to Comic-Con for the first time. That kind of affirmed that concept for me. And I will be going to TwitchCon if I am able to get the tickets. We'll see. We'll take a look at that. Looking at your award stuff, that's why so that's the only one for that. I'm getting it together. For that one, I basically just pushed out my makeup kit and I would try to make a character somebody wanted for the game or something. I don't know how well that would do. You sing no matter what. No one needs for points. Oh, that's fun. We'll have to hear some of yours singing sometime. Shadow. And the choir and such will be singing 4th of July Parade. We have Music Man and other patriotic stuff for that. You don't cosplay? Well, thank you. We'll see. It's a gradual process. I'm not going to try to get big sponsorship for it or get really super into it like a lot of silly people are. Those who aren't actors like me just cosplay and have a character there. It's more like extended Halloween for them. I don't think they really consider themselves actors just for cosplaying. But in different perspectives, people do it different amounts. Some take it more seriously than others. Alright, here in Khan's Heart, I somehow found myself over here, so let's take a quick look. I don't have something to wait to, so probably not much to do here. Time in the tea house, one of the worst things to do for terror. Crew is, only if you really need the Nephrite Quarter. You get the Menace, you got the Ring. Fuel is outrageous price. Supplies are ludicrous price. Pay a storyteller, didn't seem worth it last time we did it. Seek intelligence, that's if we're on the Admiralty. The Admiralty has dissolved the moment from the Anarchists, so sing in the sing-alongs. Oh, you have sing-alongs at where? For a store or something? Interesting. Or they just like play on the radio like they're the station of your office or such? Nice. Yeah, I have that general idea of people sing lots. That's fun. You like some Disney ones, or what type the best, Utah? Work at an adult day services, so we'll be singing the oldies all day long. And my kitchen hottest job today, I was doing karaoke. Imagine it was hot today, yeah, 100 degrees. Oh, it is my first karaoke ever. I did on a cruise ship, actually, a couple years ago. A lot of fun with that. It was on the Bahamas cruise ship. Oh, hostess. Sorry. Okay, you did say hottest, but yeah. Okay, nice. Very fun, Utah. Interesting. We had a good time with that, huh? And you said they're like older people, so they like the oldies? Or you just... sorry, I'm sorry. Cool. Nephrite Quarter, I don't remember what's in here, so let me see. Wait, they don't let me in. They put me on the list. Freaking madness. I don't know. I don't have anything to do right now, at least without something to wait to. Let's move straight on to Khan's Shadow and not mess with any of these authorities here. it's probably more trouble than it's worth. Coworkers are like, at least you can jam, but stop jumping around and being extra. Why so extra, Yeah, I am on a list for the Khan. It's basically the enemies, the complete factional enemies of Fallen London. So the European to the Oriental type of factions here. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, you can actually spy on them, and I arose suspicion there just by doing general things without that. But because I had done the anarchists from the Cumean Canal, the surface of the Unterzee cavern, subterranean cavern, the Admiralty is dissolved, so I didn't get the chance to even do that specific arc, that specific quest line, because caffeine and boredom, yeah, greatest combo for being extra. Oh, I imagine. I was gonna get a caffeine energy like the tropical citrus vitamin water. I was gonna get some of that. I don't drink much coffee. I mean, I like it, but I just don't drink it. You join bad boy stuff. Yeah, well, the anarchist was more profitable at the time, so I was trying to get the merchant class early, which I did. And I can actually get the organic living shit with my fiance in the game, the surgeon here. But that one has a lot less hold, so I figured his original ambition was to retire to a life of luxury, 30,000 echoes. So far I've skipped on 3 possible retirements. I could have got the hot air balloon with the monkeys at the Empire of Hands. I could have landed the Avid Horizon, Edge of the World with the scientist guy. Or I could have retired and fallen London in my manor, my mansion basically, but I didn't really like either of those endings. I didn't pay much attention to what the benefits of retiring for them are. You drink a bang? Oh, yeah. I don't drink any energy drinks either. Red Bull. So. They say Red Bull gives you wings, but that moonshine gives you 4-wheel drive, right? Monkeys, yeah, they're pretty funny. I'll show them to you if you want. We're going to go to Khan Shadow here for the haunted doctor right now. See what he wanted to go here for. And then I'm just kind of taking things naturally and going between the different stories. And we need something awaits you, so that's on a timer, so we might as well wait for that. Gotta sacrifice some supplies for the timer at this point. Moonshine gets in trouble. I've never really had moonshine yet. It's pretty strong. I have very low tolerance for most things, so I'm just really sensitive to most things, so. Alright, there's something awaits you. Khan Shadow. The city that swam. Alright, he wants to gather of anarchists. Hey, he is an anarchist. What do you know? That is nothing unusual here, of course. Most nights, half the shadow hatches plots over cheap wine and old insults. But who is that officer in the crowd? Okay, something intriguing here. We'll do Truffle 11. See what he has to say there. Jack hiding in a smoothie is better. What kind of smoothie? I'm trying to imagine. Whiskey smoothie. Wow. My friend put a White Claw in his water bottle the other day. The pool. I mean, he would on Snapchat. Not in person with him. You're sorry for me? I mean, I still like it. I just I don't do it very often. I like to stay clear. The clarity of water and other mixed drinks. Don't worry, Shadow. You don't need to be sympathetic for... I mean, I like to drink, just not that much. I mean, last time I drink, I don't really get a hangover. I just feel really tired and, like, damaged and spent from it. You know, like, I can feel the cirrhosis of the liver and so. I don't drink that much. Okay, so we got the anarchists here. We also have the one-eyed Scrimshire. That's not really worth it. Let's see about the anarchists. Was Jack Daniels Tennessee honey and a berry smoothie with honey. So just general berries like raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. And now the honey will be a sweeter 10, of course. Gotcha. With honey on top of the honey whiskey. Okay, well, yeah, it sounds pretty sweet. Again, whiskey pretty sweet in general, I guess, a little strong, but if you like rum, I like my favorite drink at the castle, actually, where I got the goblins, the Dragon Slayer. That's Malibu rum with, like, rum slush. And I would have a lot of that, and then I would have one time they made me a sour gummy worms, like margarita, like the tequila. That was a really bad mix, so went from like rum to tequila. That's not a good idea. So usually I should stick with one type of alcohol or something, but I don't know. It's a balance. All right, the gathering of anarchists, the usual diatribes. The haunted doctor stands listening in rapt attention, his remaining eye closed. So he has the eye patch and then the other eye is closed. On a stage made from tables and upturned chairs, an attractive young man and woman take turns raging against injustice and talking of the glorious day when London and the Khanate and all others who dare to elevate themselves above others will face their reckoning. The irony is, as ever, lost. Never mix. So yeah, which ones would you say are the worst alcohols to mix? Like light and dark ones, or... Yeah, because there's the liquor, beer, never in the clear. Beer, liquor, never sicker. Like, which ones did you say are the absolute worst ones to mix? Because it's hard. Raw. Yes. We've got a new rage emote for that as well. Oh, not Swifter. Swifter almost banned me. Well, actually, he did ban me from other website I used over a decade ago. But my actual rage one is good. Okay, let's see here. He heads over to the young woman. Wait. Once the meeting ends, he hurries over to thank you, glowing with second-hand fervor. I have missed this, says the doctor, something strange taking over his face. If you didn't know him better, you'd say it was a smile. He heads over to the young woman to try it out, renewed purpose in his stride. So he leaves. Oh, he becomes the determined doctor. I thought I did this already. I must have mixed up the saves again. I thought I had done that already. Honestly. Dine with a determined doctor. He will bring the wine, he tells you. Do you happen to have any more of that delightful Z-trout? No matter. I swear I've done this before, so... Something got mixed up. But it's okay. Yep. Your sorbet slowly melts untouched. And no, they are not restless elements. He slams his hands down on the table. Do you not see, Captain? Every year the bazaar, she devours us from within. The rich dream honey dreams, while the poor shovel lacquer with their bare hands in the streets, just to earn a few echoes to buy food. And above it all, the masters and the... He never does get around to answering your actual question of whether he enjoyed his main course. So that's it for that. Huh. So that's a better one for that, but I swear I've done that before. Alright. Doomed Monster Hunters, Element of Dawn. Don't know if that's related to the Sage. Can sell the Angry Dream Snakes for 500 echoes. I guess that's where you're supposed to sell them, then. I don't really need them for anything. That's a lot of echoes, so... I think that's the best rotation of that. You sell them, then you keep getting them from this mechanic here, the tireless mechanic engineer. It's a very elaborate, long process here, Utah, this game. You need a lot of patience to really stick to it and keep track of everything. But if you play in the Ruthless mode, you're definitely challenging yourself even more, so that's the way it's meant to be played, but... I decided to do it manual save this one just to explore a little more. We've got some fun stories and such. Alright, we do have something awaits you, so we could do the hunting trophy for the Watchful Curio. I guess that's better, I don't know. I have a lot of hunting trophies. Is that a, yeah. Curiosity. So, since we have something awaits you and we don't need it for anything else, we could do that. I think you might as well save the sell the snakes. If there's another reason to need the snakes, I guess I'll have learned. But let's sell them for now. Keep our money earnings quite full. Alright, those are gone. Couldn't sell them in Fallen London. Anyway, the Curio didn't have it. Mile Breaker is the fuel efficiency. Reduce the amount of fuel that an engine uses. It also frightens the crew. It's necessary. So that makes your fuel last longer by 10%, but it decreases your hearts, which is a very generally used stat. Marshmallow, hello, hello.
Welcome back.
The C's are pretty good. How was your Obi-Wan Kenobi? Did you watch the finale? Hope you had a nice, relaxing dinner. We are chilling here with Shadow Utah. Finished her quiz and test online. Talking about some fun alcohol and other other things like that. And yeah, this is a very complicated game, Marsh. Nice to see you, but it's quite complex. And here we have Ivory, so a good time to ask you, Marsh, what does it take? I was going to ask you in your show, but what does it take, Marsh, to join the Order of Ivory? Curious for that role. What does one need requirements for joining the Order of Ivory, as it were? Glad to be a good elephant, but we are curious. With the Stygian ivory, the black bones of Z-monsters make for startling corsets. 2 episodes left to watch. Very exciting. Oh, yeah, he said the last 2 finale. Very nice, though. Glad to have you interacting there. Good Utah, friend. Or the Ivory is your mod team. Okay, I was trying to make sure what kind of role specifically that was. Nice. That's a good name for it. I do appreciate the clever wording there, Marsh. Utah here, very good at wording herself, she said. So that is fun. Figurehead of the Eater of Names. That's if you kill him. Once adorned, the worm-drawn priest barge of the Shelonate. Oh my goodness. You can buy fuel here. It's really ridiculously priced. So yeah, Mile Breaker, not worth it for heart reduction. Even though I do have the Shrine to increase hearts. The Shrine to Stone increases your hearts, which is good to have. Generally speaking. Yes, indeed. Utah discussing with our
Marshmallow friend as we sail the sunless sea, the Unterzee of the lovely Sailor Trufflefill, with his mushroom wine and marshmallows conjoining vodka.
Alright, let me see here. Brain is going slowly, trying not to sleep, but getting sleepy. Oh, the brain decay. Yep, Utah promised us a solid hour of chatting tonight. It is much appreciated. We're getting to the Mordhau Arid map soon. Let's check that out. All things considered, yes sir, saw your update as well on Discord. So you said you have some good backdrops in the new apartment, huh, Marsh? That's exciting. You have some good general backdrops, backgrounds. Alright, I think we've done everything here. We got the Determined Doctor once again for what it's worth. He does have better stats now, so that's nice. Dr. Ward. Then we have this officer, the Nacrius Acquaintance. It drips eagerly. Perhaps if it comes to your cabin, you should put down some sort of matting. I forgot. Oh yeah, Marsh, now that you're here, I did mean to show at the beginning of the stream here long ago, we do have a new dragon addition to the family. Please say hello to this guy. This is a new dragon. Finally arrived yesterday. There he is. Fun looking dragon into the dragon roost. He has finally made it. Pretty fun there. Alright, working 12 days in a row. Utah, wow. Alright, lovely to come chat here with us during all that marathon of... Oh, that's hard to imagine. All goes to plan, it'll be pretty cool. That can be legal. That can't be legal. Yeah. Hope it works out well. Should be good. That a dragon cane? You guessed it, Marsh. Isn't that so amazing? You can find anything online these days. Just about anything you can think of. When I searched up dragon cane, I found one. 2 jobs and go to school at night. Yep, she is one hard again. She still have time to chill here with us in the Dragon's Roost. A lovely place to be. That is absolutely lovely. Mrs. Utah. Glad you're here. Alrighty, what else we got then for the Nacrius Acquaintance? What does he do? Just stat boost, so maybe he'll come in handy later, but for now. Alright, you wanted to see the monkeys, I believe. They're Utah, or you're at least interested in them. We'll pass by the shell in it, get up to Empire of Hands. We saved recently enough, so that is fine. Work full time. Well, bills need to get paid. Yeah. Working 9 to 5, Marsh. What a way to make a living. So crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna see how tomorrow morning goes. Gonna be quicker there. Decide not to stream tomorrow morning. We'll come back to main show. Keep those IRL streams, mobile streams for later. Good stuff. Oh boy. Always be necessary. Well, the coding part, I guess, even if we didn't have technology anymore, we'd still have spreadsheets and stuff physically, right? So that's probably true. 9:30 to 5:30. Damn, 30-minute shenanigans. Yeah. Yes. Well, you're basically the same. Shore leave is gonna get crew killed. It is good terror reduction though. If you sacrifice some crew, which is worth it. Doom Monster Hunter for the treasure. So you can trade the Doom Monster Hunter for that burning insignia thing at the shadow. That might actually be worth it, but I don't really know. Tails for the bone. Show off the hunting trophy. Oh yeah, that one he just gives you a Z story or a hunting trophy and you'll receive outlandish artifact. I don't need that at the moment. I think you might as well show off the trophy. Caraboy of Primordial Shrieks. Caraboy of Primordial... I don't know where you get this, but that's something you don't encounter very often. You can sell the trophy case here, but it's not really worth it. It's better to have them. You can make a lot of them, I guess, but not too many there. I'm just saying, you're basically 9 to 5, just half an hour apart. That's all I was saying, Shadow. Give me a sec. Very lovely there, friends. Sorry if it was weirdly worded there, Shadow. I say things weird sometimes. Show off the hunting trophy, one story for another. You lose the trophy, get an outlandish artifact. It's whatever. You can also sell the sapphires here. This is the best price you'll get sapphires. I think I just got these from digging for them. No, you're reading the game, it confused me. Oh, gotcha. So yeah, this is basically the Monster Hunter area with those type of privateers, sailors. Sell these. They're shelling it, so yeah, you see what it looks like. It's a giant beast carcass. Waves lap the slabby sides of a vast turtle shell, bigger than any cathedral. Shellenites loaf on wooden docks around the shell sides, staring sullenly. Lamps hang like decorations in a festive butcher's window. All around you, the sea is rank with scraps of ancient flesh. So that's a general type of area of the sea to the east, close to King Eater's castle at the bottom here. East of all, in the middle there. East of all, the one you can have the your own empire type of thing. It's an interesting retirement. We're gonna go up to the monkeys though, since you expressed some interest in them. And yeah, I don't think we need shore leave just now, so let's save our crew for now. Crew comes in handy. We have candles now. The last time I bought candles, we really needed them was for I believe Visage or Bar Chase. So we'll be going back in that area pretty soon. For now, we're just doing a big circle up and around, avoiding the middle of the map for the most part, but we're still... It's not that big of a map, so... Let's head north. You can save there, I guess. Alrighty then. Looking fine, friends. Interesting stuff. Oh, watch for the Lorn Flute. That is 600 health. My cannons don't do that much damage to kill it anytime soon. I basically do 20 damage or 28 damage. So that would take at least, like, do the math here, 20 shots or more? Yeah. We don't need to do that right now. Go through a few of these interesting landmarks and parts of the map. Pretty fun. There's the giant spines and stuff like that. Empire of Hands. Let us clasp our souls tight, lest the Pentecost apes take them from us. That's what they have to say about that. Another Savage Lorn Flute. That's one even more dangerous than the other one. It has the Savage variation on it, so we're going to avoid that as we go visit the monkeys with Something Awaits You. We'll do another hard save upon arrival, just to be extra safe here. Alrighty. Here we have the mare and the monkeys, the treasure hunt. Shore leave is still pretty risky, I think. The parasynthetic jungle holds many dangers. Step carefully. There is no authority beyond the fence. Yeah, I don't think so. You can go see the mayor. You can also get supplies here for very cheap. That's about 10 echoes cheaper than London. So I always stock up here when I'm here. Go for 30 for now, or maybe 35. How much hold do we have? I wish it would tell you your hold in these type of encounters, but we can also just go back, I guess. Alright, we have another 33 spots of hold right now. Plenty of cargo room there. Monkey face, yep, you finally see him. There he is. You also got the mascot here, the monkey foundling. It's the human raised by monkeys, so she had her own little like side quest when you got here. And you can't talk to her anymore, unlike the comatose ferret. Not worth Something Awaits You. And the Blimigan, which is the giant mushroom. Yeah, pretty weird. And also the guinea pig, which was from that pig mode isle. He gives a good bit of pages bonus, but she has 5 hearts, that's why I'm using her. He has 3 mirrors, 2 pages, a few things like that. Ferret, yeah. The weird guinea pig in armor too. He's a little bit strange. Surgeon, yeah, he had better stats than her. Pages, wait. Hearts 9, pages 3, yeah. She has more iron, but I do pretty well in the fights when we need them, so. Maybe's rival is the doppelganger of Maybe's daughter. Which is just weird. Poissonnier. Close to no idea. Alright, now we can go to the island. The Zeppelin is gone, the core remains. I could have took the Zeppelin with them, that's what I helped them do all that time, but that's alright. We maybe have a manual save game close to it, so we could try it again. The mare, for the most part, though, you just get some supplies. And fuel is extremely expensive here. As a 4-soul ape with ambitions, he cannot be seen to be anything but cunning, ruthless, and avaricious to a fault. The part of him that was the delightful adventurous only cheers him on. Yeah, he absorbed the villain in this story. Basically, they took her soul or something. It's weird. You can also sell your own soul here, but it's not really worth much in the game. All right, good night there, Utah. We will see you soon. Sleep well.
So long, farewell, I'll be there saying good night.
And we wish you well, friend. Thanks for chatting a bit. See you next time. Appreciate you being here a good bit tonight. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great one. Take care for now. Good night to Miss Shadow Utah. Best wishes and all your endeavors. Absolutely. Alright, shore leave is not worth it. We can go to the court just to see if there's anything there. Sober an island. Attempt to enter the court or go back to the boat. Outsiders are no longer welcome. So now we also have the option to go look for the treasure, which is really hard. Or we can go to the village. Lost treasure hunter has much to trade. Yeah, there's the lost treasure hunter. Council of War. If I join him on a raid, it will take less than 10 supplies. And it's a very high iron challenge. Do have the map. See what that does. I have it, he declares. Just spouting nonsense, basically. See what this one is. We'll go out fighting. Alright, so he doesn't have any useful things to say, and actually said he has lots to trade. He doesn't really have anything to trade at the moment. So if we go to Fountainhead Island instead of Hearthsake Village, we can look for the treasure. But this is close to impossible. You have to follow the X and Y coordinates, Marsh, so if you're good at that kind of thing, you might find it. But the map says north for each city the bats have brought down, then east to the river where no man fears to drown, venture south for each island the empire can claim, and west for each bearer of the emperor's name. Head straight for the horizon, then take a step more, letting west end your search with a 1, 2, 3. In the shape of an X, find a seeker misled. Nothing but eternity belongs to the dead. So, yeah, I have no idea what you would do for that. You find a few things here and there near boots in the valleys and the trees. I do not actually know. How you would do this without really working out the riddle in the puzzle. But yeah, you get the Y totally. You just have to line them up, you know, X and Y. So it's pretty crazy. Just go in circles basically if you don't know what you're doing, so you can try again anytime. I don't think so. There's also another puzzle here in the beginning. It was like a really impossible puzzle. So you had to get like a key to enter that. That was in the earlier days though. Alright, we have these candles for our chase. We could go to Iram. We bought some coffee for them. Let's carry on for there for now. Take a look. Those are some really hard little things to actually complete them. Into the mist. A little bit of terror here. I haven't been paying much attention to it. Terror. Red rings here on the top left. But, see what we can do. Oh boy, oh boy. There's a few things there, pretty hard to manage, but we'll try. Alright, Arid at the Carlisle's Haven. Pillared City. Let's do a save here. Get into the House of the Amber Sky exclusively with those dark drop coffee beans. Okay. Can also sacrifice a relic 2 moves in the great game. Don't need those at the moment. There's also some other weird shops here. It's one of the weirdest shops in the game. Element of Dawn we can get from the Monster Hunter. We can get it from the Dawn Machine. Let's go to the House of the Amber Sky, though. I haven't been there in a while. See what it's all about again. You can trade a lot of things, including buying secrets for 999 echoes. A little bit more than I'm willing to spend right now. Alright, let's take a look. Rest, traveler, our waters are warm, our cushions, our petals soft. Lay your head here, you will be healed, or better yet, you will be renewed. Payment in coffee? Yes, please. Close your eyes. The House of the Amber Sky is a roofless space beneath the false stars of the Neath, rich with the scent of Irem roses. Irem roses. Despite the ice, it's warm as a desert evening. You will arrange yourself on the cushions. Close your eyes, just for a moment. You lose coffee and get to do the mirror marches. Got something awaits you. Beneath the skin of dreams, behind the faces of mirrors, an orange sun sails in a fervid sky. Here are the borderlands of that place. Close by, Irem, and closest still is the House of the Amber Sky. And here you are, in another place. The sun is warm on your uncovered head. Rest, recover, and dream. The jungle around you is rich with violently colored fruit, buzzing with insect and unseen life. There the sound of running water too. Follow it. Or you can do rare fruit if you have a menace. We already have that for something awaits you. Z-story and a menace for a wound. Here is the mirror marches. Those who are wounded can sometimes find solace. Or so the story has it. Rare is fruit with a searing enigma. In the farthest south, in the arms of the god called Stone, a garden blooms. In ages past, birds stole the seeds from that garden. One bird hid here in the mirror marches. Perhaps you know the story. Don't remember what that is, so we might try it. Then we have bargain for a parabox. Yes, the serpent says dreamily, I go to meet the skin of the sun. I will die. The space I leave will remain in this box. I am dead here, and I do not live in the world. You live in the world, and you are not dead here. It's impossible. But it will protect your kingdom from the worst of the sunlight until you die. His tongue flickers. But I must drink your future first. I will not die thirsty. This will have all your skills, which must be at least 100. God, that's for the Ace of All ending. You have to get all of your skills to 100. I cannot even imagine how much work that takes, how many secrets that takes. Which must be at least 100. It will, however, give you an item which will allow you to colonize Aestabal. So that's for the ending there. You need the empty mirror catch box. You need everything to 100. And that's the kingdom for your own Aestabal sunlight protection. Which is insane. So yeah, I forgot about that. That's pretty cool. Let us save Truffle 11. See what the Searing Enigma does first. Then we'll do the basic one if it's nothing great. The Eternal Tree. This is the apple tree which will never die. Should the forest fail and the river run to ash, still it will stand proudly. Take only one apple. Serpents are sleeping. You get the Hesperidian apple, and you lose a Searing Enigma. That's all for now. That does take something awaits you instead of the basic one. What would I want this apple for? It's the first one I have, so I might as well keep it. It says I can use it. Ah, a Hesperidian apple. These grow freely in the garden beneath the mountain of light. Out here, they're rarer than actual gold. You lucky dog. Consume the apple. The masters of the bazaar know how to ferment these into an elixir of immortality. A raw apple won't be quite as potent, but it will still perk you up no end. This will cure all wounds and substantially reduce terror. So it's nice to have in a tight situation. Interesting. Alright, well my fire is at the moment running low enough. We have time for Mordhau, and that's about it. So let us Move on from there. We'll come back Shuffle 11 at Irim. Head Frostbound or Southwest in general next time. Let's do just a few fun rounds of Mordhau. Appreciate our chatters today. A fun bit here. Marsh and Utah staying the longest. A fun time of it though. Indeed. Alexis Kennedy. She did most of the writing. Alright, so a little bit of Mordhau to finish us off for tonight. That'll be fun. How goes the Elden Ring, Marshall, buddy? Alright, Mordhau. Just a little bit more. Arid Knights. You beat the game? No. Not quite. That was one of the... No, there's so much to do in that march. There's a lot of retirements. So far, I could have done 3 retirements for that captain. But, so technically, I could have finished 3 times now for him. But I'm just kind of exploring everything in general. That one I was looking at there, you have to get every stat to 100 to have it, and then make your own kingdom at Astaval, which is the sunlit little island with the sun poking through on the cavern. So, nah, I would have made much more hype if I had retired or done something there, March. So, not quite, but make some progress, see a few things here and there. It's good fun. Some good screenshots from Mordhau there yesterday. We will finish off with it for tonight, so let's see a good bit for our first multiplayer of the game. Get ready for some good hunt and such tomorrow. Let's switch on over. So yeah, not quite Marsh, but it's fun. There's a lot to do, a lot of different ways to finish it, and really it just helps for your next captain. Like, you continue wrapping up legacies and getting more stat boost each time. So it's not always worth it. You don't really keep them, but I think some of them are permanent, so it is worth it eventually. So that's probably the best way to play, is just to keep doing the good retirements and keep getting the stat boosts that are permanent, but I'm not too sure how that works, if you can only do 1 at a time or if it's just several here and there. Yeah, you retire them or you die with them, and then you go on to their heir, who can be several things. It can be like a crewmate, it can be their heir, it can be their rival, it can be a whole bunch of stuff like that. What are the perks or benefits you get from retiring? Yeah, it depends on which one you do. You get a little boost here and there. Some of them are better than others. Alright, so it shows him here with his helmet, even though he doesn't actually have the helmet. I deleted the squire by accident, so at the moment we have him who shows the helmet, even though he doesn't really... I don't know. Couldn't figure out the sleeves on the King Malric. Got the Messer, so I don't have the Zweihander anymore at all. Let's just go from him, I guess. Figure it out from there. Yeah, if you don't have helmet protection in this game, you die to 1 headshot, so now we know. Alright. We can have a secondary weapon or bandages, which are kind of nice. We can have smoke bombs, we can have throwing weapons. Give him some throwing axes, that would be fun. Once you buy it, you can use it on all custom mercenaries. So I've got decent enough medallion. Could get some gloves, yeah. Rank 15 at the moment, so you have to keep that in mind. 14 for the Duke's Hourglass Gauntlets. There you go. The waist, can get a belt. DLC there. The long skirt, no thanks. None of these are too good in my butcher's skirt. Yeah, none of these are too great in my experience. He is kind of naked though. His pants. Pointy leather shoes. Get some better boots. Male shoes. Jester shoes. We'll do a jester at some point. You can have the guitar. It's pretty funny. Alright, how about rider boots? Male shoes, or at least lion toes. Those are funny. Alright, male shoes. At the moment, I just have the leather shoes, so we can definitely do better than that. Male doesn't seem like great, but it's not too bad either. Crude sabatons are decent. Eventually, you want something else here, but Italian sabatons, yeah, I guess we can get those. They're definitely better than the crude ones. I mean, just look at the difference there. Something better. Oh yeah, so we can do colors for everything. There's no actual colors, but there's shades. Alright, looking better. Got the medallion. Well, we can also have extra armor. It's interesting. Medallion is DLC. Apparently I have it. Didn't really know that. I didn't even see the medallion though, so yeah, let's put those. Okay, the helmet, decent there. The gorget is good enough. And let me see. He is kind of naked in this area. Alright, that one is DLC. Probably get that. These all look kind of silly to me, so we can get this one. We're light on the level. I want to wear a skirt. Or should we be naked? Naked or a skirt? What do you think, Marsh? Jeez. I guess we need it, yeah. I mean, it looks pretty good without it, but if there's an option to get something, we can get it. Alright, now for the colors. Those colors he's had. Alright, well that's a little bit there. We'll make other ones in the future, but throwing axe, we can also get shield, smoke bomb, targe, bear trap, useful to block projectiles, wooden mallet for building stuff, quarterstaff. I already have throwing axe, so yeah, why not get a shield? There we go. Now he's good utilities. You don't get to change the sigil at all, huh? The logo. The picture. Here's the loot. Play a nice tune, then smack your enemies with the alternate bow. Very funny. Alright, he's a little bit more geared up for our main custom one. I think he's ready. Let's go to server browser. Playing the general stuff for now. US Central on Mountain Peak. Probably the best we're gonna get. Invasion. We'll play it a little bit here. Okay. Arid Knights, Mordhau. Good enough to go. Check it out. Hopefully you don't get that game breaking bug again. Yeah, we'll start right off with Malric there. 3 slots left on it. Oh, I can get some perks. Smaller, receives more damage, moves slower. Oh, he's just a smaller target. That's the only benefit there. That's funny. Oh, fireproof would be nice. I forgot you have freaking perks all this time. I don't really know what the default mercenaries have either. Huh. Well, fireproof is pretty fitting for our theme and all, so won't be afraid of fire. Alright, that's all I had for points for him for now. There's a lot of other ones there, but I'm curious, yeah, these guys, can you see their perks? Yeah, you can. So the Brigand, for example, is fireproof. The Knight has the second, the Flesh Wound, 6 loadout points for that, generally. Alright, well, at least we got something for now. I haven't been using it all this time, so it's nice to put something. For our Fire Knight, Dragon Knight, King Malric from Chivalry 2, soon to play next month. Let's see what we can do.
We shall impale them!
Oh boy. That was quick. Ridiculous.
Tear them asunder!
The helmet here, I don't know how to use the shield or such. See the helmet, it showed it there, but it's not actually on. It's bugged. Pretty ridiculous. Whoa, that was bad. Something happened there.
Serfs don't belong on the battle.
Crazy. Wow, that was nuts. Alright, so what about the helmet? I'm so confused. Why it keeps showing the helmet, but it's not actually on. Ah, we have the bug already, guys. That didn't take long. Jeez. That's rough. That is pretty rough. That's rough. Cursor bug, you have to mark a chat message in chat with your mouse. I have the chat disabled right now, Flava, for yeah. For it open, so maybe I'll be able to open it, but yeah, I have it disabled for general until I chat in it, so we'll see if that ever works. But yeah, thank you in case, Flava. You've seen you before and such use. So yeah, is that just happening for everyone? Yeah, Y-key, yeah, I've been using it for that. And can you tell me why my army, it shows him with it shows him with the helmet here, but then he doesn't actually have the helmet on? So weird. It showed one that he hadn't even unlocked yet. That was just a bug too, I guess. Oh well, I'll put something else on. Maybe now it'll actually work. And where do you see your perk? Okay, so now he has no armory slots. That should be better. Okay, it's fine. I would just, yeah, but I just looking at it real quick and bought it there. Because it was showing me having this one unlocked when I didn't even have the level yet, so that was weird. Oh well, we got it. We're going to try again, rejoin that same server. And yeah, has that been having for everyone? Because that's a ridiculous bug. I mean, come on. That is really ridiculous. And I got team killed the very first life I spawned in, so does that happen much? I hope they would ban him or something. He's literally team killing me the second I spawn. So that's pretty messed up. I spam escape and it starts working again. Really? That's weird. I mean, I've had to restart like 5 times now. Alright, now I've got the helmet. I just got the shield on. I have a decent custom mercenary finally for our chivalry Steam groups. I'm gonna put a command for that soon as well, Flava, but if you'd like to join our current Steam group, love to have you. We have one for chivalry as well, Mordhau, For Honor, and Deadliest Warrior, chivalry. But yeah, Mordhau played since it was new. It's good fun. Good to see you. Nice to meet you, Flava. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the help. Do appreciate it. Back to Mountain Peak again. So hard to tell who's friend or foe, honestly. You really have to look at their names. It's ridiculous. Alrighty. Some people play just to be spry little agile goblins. It's hilarious. Got him. People are so ridiculous in this. How can you stay alive? There we go. Once the bloodlust starts running, it goes pretty good. There we go. Out of stamina. We won! Somehow I'm staying alive between 3 enemies for a moment there. Oh my goodness. Alright, well we killed the warden quick, I guess. Whew. Crazy times. Let's go to the map vote. No Arid, huh? I haven't played Castillo much. Played it a little bit. Oh boy. Yeah, we're starting to learn some fundamentals of this one at least. Chivalry, good fun for a good 600 hours. There's that bug again for display capture. I'm sorry. That's not a bug. I just don't realize when I had it on sometimes. Now I noticed it quick enough. Alright. Feitoria. And we'll start off as something other than Malric and then go to him in a little bit. Tank. Bigger and moves at a fixed speed regardless of armor warm. Takes less damage from melee and range. Healing is reduced and turn caps are more restricted. What are turn caps? What? Well, we'll see.
On my order, follow.
Yeah, he moves quite slowly. For a good reason. I'm just noticing it more now that I've been playing some other classes. He does have quite the slower movement speed.
Greetings.
Silly peasants.
Hold here. I need assistance.
Don't know what's up here. We'll find out. Dead people. And enemies. Spear.
Of course.
Got him! Eventually. It's very funny to switch weapons, definitely. See how that does. You hold it at the tip. That might be hard to use. Oh, we got him. Any case. That guy looks a little bit ridiculous. All down there. Very strange maps and such. Oh, I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's pretty confusing. Of course, he's gonna flinch me all fucking day. Thanks for that, I guess. Parried his ranged and the melee. Ah, barely. I was switching weapons too much. Holy shit. Alright, one more veteran here. Oh my goodness.
Right. I agree. Not idiot.
Pretty crazy. Thanks again, Flava. Nice to have you. Your lovely blue dragon as well. Looking good. Fainting bastards. Constant freaking fainting. It's too much. Alright. I'll try him a little bit. He's weird. Cat.
Nope, I've changed my mind. Help! Forward!
Just a scoundrel indeed.
Surely. Just whose side do you think you're on? Attack! Charge!
Scoundrel takes this fall damage, so I probably could get away with. Oh, that's pretty. Oh shit. Oh, that didn't work out. We'll do one more round of that. That was quick. Jeez. Pretty funny.
You, sir, are by far the worst soldier I have ever smelled. Hello! Well, hello. Behind me! Charge!
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Peasants.
Hello. Steady.
Supposed to go there, that's all I know. What you do with it, on the other hand. How did that miss him? Got the Arnold voice, very funny. Very funny voice. Alright, one more, yeah, another cat there for the huntsman. The catapult. That's the funny guy, looking guy on that. People make really funny looking characters.
Aye, sir.
Alright, couple archers, and we'll finish it off with custom. Try to learn it a little more at least. Custom is the fun one.
Oi! Don't get sold!
Captured it. Enough. Oh, jeez. These renegades. Same guy had been killing me multiple times, too. God. The dreadnought. Ow. Couldn't do much there. This guy chasing him all day. It's hilarious. This is funny to watch. Oh well. That was quick again. Hey, a positive KD though, that's nice. I've just been playing around with all the different characters. Pretty funny. Alright. Try a bit more. The teams will auto balance or so. Oh yeah, map vote. I guess it already finished. Oh well, camp it is. Pretty strange, funny stuff. I'll play another 20 minutes. That should be good. Give us a fair chance to learn a little bit. And we'll see.
Attack! Forward!
Somehow pierce the shield. Maybe it wasn't blocking in time. That naked guy with his bow, that's fun. Takes a lot of getting used to. It's not like the chivalry archery, which was... the horse. Good shot. Ouch.
To glory! Oh!
Got him.
Shut your mouth, I will shoot you. Why am I even speaking English? Sack your mouth.
Crazy.
Shut your mouth, or I will shoot you.
I'm sorry
Where are your
about that.
robots? Hiding inside.
Resupply is nice.
Attack!
Oh, horse. Oh, man.
Charge! Glory souls, lads!
Hiding inside you. Shut your mouth, I will shoot you.
Falling!
Pretty funny. Filling the spikes there a little bit. That is funny. Prevent card push, so we're just defending.
I require aid! Help would be appreciated!
where I died last time.
Your wife provided a fitter challenge.
Damn it. Damn it again.
Much obliged.
Well, we got him.
Of course. Salutations, good sir.
So a lot of catapults. What team I was on again? Keeps happening. Alright. We'll try it a little bit there since we didn't get to play him there last round. I still do have the SWAT hitter one. Okay. Slightly different there. At least we got the one perk. It's something. Kinda crazy.
We shall impel them! I smell the wow. With cowards.
Shove it up your stinking foreign ass! Go in,
Wow, that's interesting.
Shove it up your stinking foreign ass!
How accurate is the game to actual medieval tactics? I was watching a funny video last night, Marsh saying, "Going to avoid all strategy, do it for the classic Hollywood scene, charge straight at them." I said, but my lord, but my lady, they will counter that immediately. No, we're gonna hit them straight on. The other team said the same thing, and the generals hang their head in disappointment. This is very unrealistic for the most part, Marsh. That's all I can say. This is just complete chaos there. Some modes and such are maybe more accurate to others, but nah, for the actual arrangement of the types of troops these are, this is not at all anything historical. So to answer your question, not very much. This is more fantasy with some historical stuff accurate, but it's really just a chaotic mash of funny things. Even the ballistas are weird. All that stuff. Some really weird mechanics to it too. Chivalry was annoying with the reverse overhead and stuff like that, but this one is still polished in a way. It's just very strange too. So yeah, pretty weird.
We shall impel them!
Do you remember I have these axes? What was happening there? Especially with the range of stuff. So yeah, pretty funny, Marsh. Yeah, it's just a complete chaos mismatch. Glad to have a decent positive KD when I can. The assists and all, but it is not very accurate As you said, Marsh. As you asked there.
Yeah, go, go! Yeah, go, go!
I
Yeah, go,
need
go!
assistance!
But a fun time. Play Chivalry 2 here next month. Whether it's donated to the Roost or not, we'll be picking it up. And the one bullet, that was a bullet? Oh, it was team kill. It did kill my enemy there too, but also myself.
Of course not.
Yes!
You fools! We must go! Of course.
Funny cavemen and such. Yeah, funny formation here on the field. Some of it is close martial. Mostly not. The bards on the battlefield, you think that's a realistic march? Not too much. Alright, now we gotta fix the bug. We have the bug again. Spamming escapes, not working, as Flava suggested. Can't press Y, I can't do anything in game at all. So it just kind of happens sometimes on spawn when I'm pressing something in spawn, I guess. We will restart one more time and go from there. Pretty irritating. We had a good score there too, so it's even more frustrating. One more restart and then that'll be it for the night. Yep, pretty silly issue there. Sorry, as the question then had to deal with something offline and didn't hear your answer. Alright, well we have the VOD Marsh and also, yeah, just basically no. It's not very accurate. A few things. It is pretty silly amalgamation of stuff. There's a few things historically accurate, but for the most part, no. Alright. We had the bug again, though, and our suggestions to fix it from a previous new follower did not seem to work at all, so. Anyway, we will try again one more time tonight. Okay. Had a good score there, but what can you do? We'll join a new server, that's fine. Alright, since we're having that bug so much, let's just finish off with a custom mercenary. Ugh. Go from there. Interesting, funny though, Marsh. Indeed, indeed. Got Shadow Flava, yeah, the one trying to help me with the chat. He has the same type of dragon as you, Marsh. Isn't that nice? Fun little gray guy. Alright, we are on Arid. Great. I was hoping we had Arid Nights for the stream title, so we made it. Yeah, it's not very accurate, Marsh. Pretty just for the fun of it. Okay. Malric with fireproof. We are defending.
You'd be a worthy servant. Pleasure to be acquainted. You will hold or you will die.
He knows how to drag extremely well, so I'm not going to mess with him. That was awkward, sorry. Just holding the damn battering ram. Ridiculous. They were sneaking it by too, isn't that funny? Someone was right behind me. I couldn't see them at all.
Help me! I require your aid. You will beg for mercy. I'll impale you upon my sword.
There we go. Damn it, again. Cannot see my attacker. You'd think that wouldn't happen as much in melee combat. Oh well. So final highlight there from last night, Marsh. We're going to finish it off your final round. If we get the bug again, that's it. So the new map is nice. Starry sky. Oh goodness. You cannot last in the melee there if you are getting sandwiched.
Help me! Your incompetence has routed
Forgive him, yes. Of course I forgive him for the friendly fire. Got him.
I require your aid.
That didn't work as well as I thought it would. Holy shit, that was awkward. You can imagine. Oh man. We got a standard waypoint there. He can spawn there, I think. Damn it. Then they spawn there, which makes no sense. How are there so many here? Throwing knives.
Assistance, no!
Damn it. Ridiculous.
Retreat!
What are these bots on the freaking... So weird. Supposed to hit them or what? I guess you are. It's very strange. Oh yeah, the pommel throw. Get ready, Marsh. That's the pommel throw. Almost had it. Whew. Yeah, you get to throw the pommel off the sword. It's always funny. That's standard there. It's cool. Holy shit. Something here. Got one hit in, that was good. Get the smoke. Oh! Brutal. Alright, that's the bug again. Doesn't work. Hope they'll fix it. Chivalry 2 is gonna be good. Alrighty, Marsh and friends, that'll probably do it for us tonight. We got a few solid lurkers here at the end. I appreciate that. And we had some fun today. Timeline the rest. We'll get some other things ready behind the scenes here. But in the interest of a good raid, we might as well go now. Since we're still below 5. It's a good time to raid. Alrighty, thank you. And see you tomorrow after work. We'll be on for some good fun. Medieval Fantasy Monday. We'll get back to hunt, rotation, and other stuff. therein. Thank you, Marsh and Shadow, for chatting mostly here tonight. Love to see you, Dragon Knight. Marsh and Shadow, Utah. Thanks to Flava trying to help with the bug, even if we weren't able to fix it. That's alright. Pick it up here soon on the morrow. I'll see you tomorrow evening for sure. Hopefully a bit earlier. We can get started with Hunt nice and early. Back to our readings on Tuesday. We'll get some Lovecraft poems I'm planning this week. And we'll see what else throughout the week. Plan it here and there. A fun time in general. Once more for our appreciation pose. So glorious. The Wolfenstein to the Hunt. We're not to finish there. It's a fun game, even if it is pretty hard to get your bearings. I do enjoy it though. Alright, good stuff for now. Till tomorrow, we'll pick it up with Hunt first thing. And some good readings on Tuesday. Some other plans throughout the week. Won't be able to stream too much for some IRL other stuff. We'll let you know major stuff. Major plans. But we'll keep the going schedule going. Thank you so much, Marsh, for tuning in yet again. Another day in a row. Thank you to Shadow. Thank you to all other chatters and people. Monica for making a Twitch account first time to join us tonight. Very fun. Appreciate that. We will be back. And it will be lovely. Alrighty. Till then, guys. One more raid for Spark It Up for now. See you soon, Marsh. Have a great night, man. Thank you for being here, chatting. It's always lovely to have you. I'll catch you soon there, Dragon Knight. Night for now, guys. We will be back, and it will be lovely. One more raid for Spark for now. Until next time, good night, friends. Gonna be fun. And it will be lovely. One more raid for Spark for now. Until next time. Good night, friends. Gonna be fun. And it will be lovely. One more raid for Spark for now. Until next time. Good night, friends. Gonna be fun.
The gold mag over here for that one.
For that what? 301?
here.
You can't pull it off the mag, my guy.
What a dummy. Yeah, I just heard him say that. That's
Ace with the raid?
Let me know if we find
thanks
a
for
turbo
checking
charger.
in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
That works too.
Hi.
It's supposed to be a cheer.
No, I don't.
So? Yeah. And Sparky, but you too.
Watch your friend Marshmallow Fint playing it recently. How was the Apex night? It's been good, man. We're getting back to plat. What does that sound? Oh, I'm not used to the clips playing. I need to make sure. I need to figure out why it's not bigger.
You can make it bigger.
That'll be 3.
God, I'm so good at wall jumping, bro.